Welcome to Rob and Tony's Cinematic Adventure. I'm Rob Wilson.
And I am Tony the Quano.
So Tony is talking about a movie that we have talked about doing for a while.
Okay.
But we have not done it yet until now.
There are several movies we've talked a lot about.
Yes.
That we said that we would do and haven't done.
Yes. And we're getting to them.
That is quite the list.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So
we've seen a lot of movies.
We have seen a lot of movies, and we still have a lot more to see. And
they just keep popping up also.
Yeah.
So
yeah. As long as movies keep coming out, we'll keep talking about them.
I mean, it's summer blockbuster season. There's the Odyssey came out. That's like now just made $1 billion.
Yep.
Like, we could easily do that. We're not doing it yet, but we probably will be doing it.
Spider-Man Brand New Day just came out, and that's made almost $1 billion already.
Yeah, well, I think it actually has. But for that, it's got a lot of other Spider-Man movies we got to do.
Yes. We got a whole lot before we can talk about that
one. the Odyssey we could do without a lot of movies to clear the way.
Yes. However, we're not talking about the Odyssey today.
No, we're not.
In this episode, we are talking about we're getting back to M. Night Shyamalan.
We are.
We are talking about his first feature film, The Sixth Sense.
It was a surprise blockbuster. I remember when this came out in August of '99, so this was a late summer movie, and I recalled the trailers for it several months before it came out, and I was intrigued, but I don't think it was on my watch list, so to speak, other than Bruce Willis being in it. And then when it came out, it got rave reviews, not just because of the ending, but it's because it was, everyone really liked it, and it became kind of one of those late summer movies that everybody was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A surprise hit. It made M. Night Shyamalan a star. It made Haley Joel Osment a star. It did not make Bruce Willis a star.
No, Bruce Willis was already a star. And, I mean, Haley Joel Osment was already in Forrest Gump.
Yes, he was. He was a little like Macaulay Culkin in that way. Like, Macaulay Culkin had been in a few movies before Home Alone that people would have recognized him in. Yep. Like we talked about with Uncle Buck.
Yep.
Right? And Haley Joel Osment had popped up in different movies that, like you said, Forrest Gump. So he was a recognizable child face or actor, right? But this is the one that really catapulted him to the top.
Yeah.
Because he's fantastic in this movie.
He is. He really is. And, this movie also has Trevor Morgan, who we talked about
just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, just a few weeks ago in our Jurassic Park 3 episode. Yes.
The other person this movie kind of introduced me to is Toni Collette.
Mm-hmm.
Who had been in a few things that I've now I'd kind of discovered afterwards, like Muriel's Wedding. But this was kind of her kind of breakout as well for a lot of people. It's not like she is the A-list type, but she's always been such a very respectable actress. And again, she's fantastic in this movie.
Yes, she is. She is. She plays a mother who doesn't know what is going on with her son very well.
Yes. And she's dismayed by it, but she's frustrated by the situation, but she's not frustrated by him.
Yeah.
And their scenes together are fantastic.
Yes, they are.
And this is why I think is beyond just kind of the hook of this being a supernatural type thriller. It's the human drama that kind of really drove people to it as well, because it's just the characters just are so well done, and the acting across the board is great. We talked about Bruce Willis, right, being in this, and a lot of the Bruce Willis movies we've done so far are very much action oriented. right? This is kind of the first one we've done with him that where he has to show his dramatic chops.
Yeah.
And he does it really, really
Yes,
well.
he does. Yes, he does.
This is one of his best performances. I would still say his best performance is probably Die Hard.
Well, of course.
But he's great in this also. He is very good. And this came at a time for him, uh, kind of when he wasn't, last month we covered Armageddon, but the previous Die Hard movie was 4 years before this, and some of his more action oriented movies weren't doing as well, so to speak, right? Like Mercury Rising, The Jackal, which he's the villain in that movie, right?
Yeah, and The Jackal.
That's an underrated movie.
Yeah, it will always hold a special place in our hearts.
And so this kind of, in a little bit of ways, was kind of him going back to his more dramatic acting, which he had kind of put on the back burner, right? And he very much was a face of selling this movie because he's in most of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And
it's one of those movies where really it's he and Haley Joel Osment being like co-stars, and because Haley Joel Osment's a kid, right? They put him as supporting actor.
Yeah, but yeah, as far as bankable stars go, he was really the only truly bankable star of this movie. So they slapped his face on everything for this and all the marketing.
Yeah, it was all over. I remember. So this, we kind of talked about this when we did Signs with M. Night Shyamalan. This takes place in Philadelphia, and Signs takes place outside Philadelphia, but especially there's early movies, they all revolved around Philadelphia, and this one, it's unmistakably Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
So I briefly worked for a ground transportation company, and I was at this convention in New Jersey, and this guy was giving this talk about going above and beyond for your top kind of clients, right? And, because if you're selling yourself as luxury, you have to do that, right? And he was talking about he was the general manager of this like 5-star hotel in Philadelphia. And he was talking about when Bruce Willis came to Philly to film The Sixth Sense, right? He had his shower at his house. He loves his shower, right? But he can't take his shower with him, right? And he's going to be in Philly for several months. So the hotel basically took apart his shower at his home and then reinstalled it in their hotel room.
They didn't just install an identical one.
No.
They took his shower.
Yes.
And put it in their hotel. That is above and beyond.
They brought it back.
That is above and beyond.
Yes.
Okay. They could have just they could have just built an identical shower in their hotel, and they wouldn't have to worry about taking it back and forth.
Yeah, no. And
then anytime that Bruce Willis stayed at that hotel, that could be his room.
That's right. So, and then anyone that's booked that room, like, well, I want the Bruce Willis room. I want that shower.
I want to know what it's like to take a shower in Bruce Willis's shower. Yes.
Just like, that's Bruce Willis's throne. I want to sit on Bruce Willis's throne.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I still have to find out what toilet seats they use on the executive level of the Hilton in Charlotte.
Yeah.
If anybody out there works or worked at the Hilton in Charlotte
about 20 years ago,
summer of 2007, please let us know.
Call us.
Yes, please let us know what kind of toilet seats you used on the executive level in the bathrooms in the rooms.
Yes.
Because that toilet seat was the most comfortable toilet seat I've ever sat on. and I've wanted to find that one ever since then. Anyway. But I didn't think to look at the brand.
Anyhow, so, but yeah, the Sixth Sense.
Talking about the Sixth Sense
is what made M. Night Shyamalan famous too, yes, right? You know, yes. And you know, and became all beyond just the hook, which
yeah, I mean,
wasn't really the twist. Was, you know, that he is this young boy that's troubled, and we find out halfway through the movie he sees dead people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not really a spoiler because they used that in
that was used in the marketing, yeah.
Right. Now, if he had not seen the marketing, and he, you know, that would have been a big thing in the middle, right? But it also gets known for its twist at the end.
Yes, which we're not going to spoil right now.
We will hold that.
Yes, we're not going to spoil that right now. We will discuss it later in the episode, but that's after we do a spoiler warning.
Because it's a movie worth, if you don't know the twist.
Yes, if you don't know the twist, we're definitely not going to spoil it for you because you got to experience that.
The movie is worth its own experience because the the relationships, like we said earlier, are so well done. And it's such its own experience. And like, you know, I was watching and I was thinking about it's probably been, you know, at least 15, 16 years, if not a little bit longer, since I've seen this movie. And I've seen this movie a lot. And so it was nice. It was almost like a fresh perspective because it's just kind of going. Yeah, it's just, you're not like it was experiencing it again for the first time. But sometimes it's just nice to be just caught up by the storytelling and just being brought there by the director and the actors in a new way. So.
Yeah. And yeah, it's definitely not the first movie to have a twist ending by a long shot.
Yeah, but no, it's not.
It is one of, if not the most famous twist ending out there.
I mean, here we are. The movie was 1999. Here we are, 2026, close to over 25 years later, and it's still one of the most talked about twists. And in the 90s had a lot of twist endings.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
There's other endings of movies have come afterwards that aren't twist that people talk about. One of them is one we did a couple summers ago, like Inception.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, what is that ending? Like, what is that? Right?
Yeah.
About the top. But that's not a twist ending.
No, obviously. That's just an ambiguous ending.
Yeah. It's still a talked about ending, just a different, we talk about differently. But yeah, this, is one of the largest movie twists it's talked about. And, another one that we talked about way back at the beginning of our series was The Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm. That's the twist that is bigger than this one.
Yes.
Nobody saw that one coming.
Especially for movies that a lot of people have seen. Like, The Crying Game has a big twist also, but like that's not as well known of a movie as Empire Strikes Back or The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
I mean, both of these movies are, again, movies that people do talk about The Crying Game, but they don't have, doesn't have the cultural impact either one of these two movies has. So, yes, we will definitely leave that off the table. But, there's so many other things that we, to get into with this movie because it's textured, it's layered. It's just all around is really well done.
Mm-hmm.
It
really is
good storytelling.
Yeah. And now I did not see this one in the theater. My sister did, my mom did, and they both raved about it.
Was this spoiled for you before you saw it?
Yes.
Okay.
So, let's see. Before I watched it for the podcast, I'd only seen it twice. Because
all right. Wow, I thought you would have seen it more than that.
And then bits and pieces of it other times, but just little bits and pieces. But I mean, when this movie came out, it wasn't really my kind of movie. So I avoided it, right?
Okay. Yeah. I get that.
When, right around the time that it came out on DVD was when we got our first DVD player. I think this might have been the first movie we watched on that DVD player.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
But yeah, family huddled up in the living room and watched The Sixth Sense. And I mean, when it first came out, it scared the crap out of me. When I first saw it, it creeped me the hell out. And
yeah, I mean, it is generally got really good vibes that way. It's got thrills. It's got legitimate thrills.
Mm-hmm. So after that, I had seen it. I didn't really have any desire to see it again. So I continued to, more or less avoid it until, we had an apartment together and you decided to watch it one day. I'm like, you know what? It's been like 5 or 6 years since I've seen this movie.
Yeah, why not?
I'll watch it. And we watched it. And, it was good. Again, didn't really think a whole lot of it. And then 20 years later, I watched it for the podcast.
What do you know?
This time watching it, I actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. I was wondering if it would hold up for me. Right? Sometimes you get afraid that something might not hold up. And it really held up for me.
Yeah. I mean, that twist is telegraphed pretty heavily if you know what you're looking for.
Oh, yes.
But if you don't know, then it is actually hidden pretty well, too.
Yes.
But, I was interested in doing this one for the podcast because it had been so long since I've seen it. And I had particular thoughts about it back then. And I wanted to see if, maybe my thoughts had changed on it or something. And, so I watched it sort of with those lenses, through that lens where, see what I can get out of it kind of thing. See what I can see that I did not see then kind of thing.
Right. That makes sense.
And I saw a lot of dead people.
That makes sense.
Well, I was watching the performances a lot more now, like this time around, and the writing and the all those secondary things to what your eyes are drawn toward primarily, usually,
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually a really well done movie.
It is.
It is
especially really well made. Early Shyamalan is very well done. Like we talked about Signs, that was well done. We both love Unbreakable.
Mm-hmm. That's my favorite Shyamalan movie.
And The Village too is quite well done.
Yeah, it is. Which I still think we should do The Village sometime on here.
Yeah, the Village is an interesting one because I feel like it's actually in some ways kind of weathered kind of some of the initial reactions against it.
Yep.
And people have kind of not necessarily rediscovered it, but it's lasted a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be one to think about doing.
Anyway, back to Sixth Sense. I quite enjoyed it this time because I was really able to pay closer attention to it rather than just waiting for the next ghost to pop up or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bruce Willis, Haley Joel Osment, Toni Collette.
Olivia Williams
was excellent in it.
Yep. She's kind of the one that gets kind of overlooked a bit in this movie, and it's kind of like Toni Collette's kind of like an early kind of role for her, but she's very good in this. There's some really good, other really good supporting actors in this.
Yeah.
Bruce Norris.
Donnie Wahlberg is in this.
Donnie
Wahlberg is incredible.
Right? He's got a significant role in this movie.
He's not in much of it, but he has a significant role.
We have, I just lost his name for a second. Glenn
Fitzgerald. Yeah, Misha Barton.
I would say Misha Barton in a very early role for her. We also heard the actor that plays her dad in the movie, Greg Wood, was also in Signs. So he's got a Shyamalan connection. Let's see here. Peter Tambakis is another one of the child actors in this movie.
And we even have an appearance by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes. Well, he's one of those ones that, directors that likes to have little cameos.
Yep.
In his movies, and he does it again in this one. There's also Firdousi Bomji playing young man buying ring, and Samaya Shrab, young woman buying ring.
Yep.
We have an actress from Osmosis Jones in this movie also.
Well,
Janice Theodoris.
That right there is what makes it an all-star cast.
But it goes without saying also, like, the music is really good in this movie.
It is. The music is used really well in this movie.
Yes, it is. James Howard, by the way, he did not get one of his many Oscar nominations for this movie, but this is one of the many movies that he did score. Tak Fujimoto is our cinematographer, right? Again, very well shot. And again, this movie just uses Philly. Like, I kind of forgot how much it just focuses in on, like, different statues and different buildings of Philly.
Yeah, there are several just establishing shots.
Establishing shots. Establishing shots, they can be risky sometimes because, like, it almost feels like it's like used to fill in time. Right? But I don't.
They fit really well in this
give the movie its mood, and
yeah, that's a good way to say it.
It just always feels like there's something hovering above this movie, and so I think having those shots of, like, different statues, none of them are really gargoyles, but it gives that sense something's kind of watching over all us, right?
Yeah.
And even some of the setting, there is a church that's used multiple times in this movie.
And
I don't have the name of the church.
The camera angles that are used at that church are they work so well for it, like, for those scenes.
But that's the thing I wanted to bring up with the church. So, like, again, like, the angles and the shots of it outside and how it's done inside, right? And I could look it up, but maybe I'll look it up later. But the church, it's the Augustinian Church in Philadelphia. And there's not many Augustinian churches across the United States. Now, what's interesting about this is that the current Pope, Pope Leo, is an Augustinian, right? The first American Pope, right? And he was from Chicago. And he went to school at Villanova in Philadelphia, which is an Augustinian university. One of that's the big university they have in the United States is Villanova, right? And that is a church that's connected with that order of priests. So there's a very good chance that Pope Leo, when he was in college, went into that church.
Yeah.
That was been established. That's not one of the major sets within the movie, but it's definitely a heavy presence in the movie. It's important. So, other little tidbit about the movie. So, but yeah, it's I can get we'll get to the twist later. We'll talk about that, and I'll have a few things to say about it from my own experience of when I watched the movie, because I did see this in theaters. I saw it with our good friend Tim Robinson. I remember we were sitting in the back row. It was this movie was released in the summer, so it was like a weekday in August, like a couple of weeks before school started. Right, sitting at the back of the theater. I think it was like at that point I would have been having trombone, like, band camp, so it was probably like a 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock kind of a late afternoon, early evening showing. Yeah, we just sat in the back of the theater watching it, and we had to see it. Everyone was talking about it.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but I don't know if I have a lot more to add before we get into it.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and start talking about it.
Okay.
So we can get into that spoiler warning.
Yeah, that's right.
Then we can talk about all of these twists and turns and all that goes on in this movie. So, spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about this entire movie, beginning, middle, and end. So if you've not seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, pause the podcast, watch the movie, and come back and listen. If you have seen it or you just don't mind being spoiled, keep on listening. But we are going to be spoiling the crap out of that twist ending. So, if you don't know what that ending is, pause the podcast, watch the movie. Because it's best if you find out through watching the movie instead of having us tell you what it was.
Just experience. You got to experience the movie. You really do. The movie is not. It's not contingent upon that ending.
No.
To make the rest of it work.
No, not at all. Really. So. I mean, the rest of the movie works perfectly fine if that ending is spoiled for you, but just to have the full experience.
Yep.
You know, you'll want to go and watch that.
And try not to even
spoil it for you.
Don't try to look for it either. Just experience the movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that being said, so, like Signs, right? He starts this movie, right? It's just kind of a rolling of the credits of the main, cast and crew people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it establishes the main theme, the main part of the score, right? And again, it sets the right thing. It's, the Signs score is like, you could tell right away, it's like, it's a higher energy type of score, right? And this
is just kind of mellow, kind of subtle.
It's mellow. I like that, mellow and subtle. That's a very good way of putting it, right? And so we go through all the names, and then it's black, right? And so then the black then just fades into the black of our first scene, and then a light bulb starts slowly turning on.
Yep.
Right. And this is perfect because today, you wouldn't be able to do this because of how light bulbs are today.
These LED light bulbs and all that. But no, this is one of those old fashioned incandescent light bulbs.
Yep.
And it just slowly turns on today, but LEDs have kind of taken over.
Yeah.
But
they've taken over, right? And we can see we're in a cellar. Right. And then this woman comes down these steps into the cellar, and this cellar will be one of the major sets of the movie. It will appear a lot in this movie, right? And this is Olivia Colman, right?
Olivia Williams.
Williams, yeah. And she's dressed nicely, right? And she goes to this. We can see that, again, this is a cellar. And again, this takes place in Philadelphia. So this is an old home, row home in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It's one of the larger, as we discovered, it's a larger size house, right? So the people that live here are well off, right? And they have a nice wine rack, right? And she just goes through and she's trying to find that right bottle of wine for this occasion. And she finds it, right? And she grabs it, and it's cold. She's like, "Oh, let's get it. It's cold, right?" Because it's a cellar, right? And she goes back upstairs, and she goes into this living room, and there's Bruce Willis, right?
He's all dressed up,
and he's all dressed up too, right? And he's looking at this frame. And this is Anna and Malcolm Crowe. Right?
Anna and Malcolm Crowe.
Crowe. That's right. Why am I saying Crane? I don't know. This is Ian Malcolm. You don't get the name Malcolm that often in movies.
No, you don't. You don't.
I mean, you don't hear that name that often in the first place. It's probably part of it. But, and anyway, he is staring at this picture frame, right? And he's being kind of glib about it. You can tell he's had a few drinks already this evening, right? He's not like sloshed.
He's not sloshed, but he's feeling it. He's pretty tipsy.
So and he's like, how much do you think a frame like that costs? He's not concerned about what's in the frame. No. He's like, how much does that frame cost?
Yeah. She's like, I don't know. It's pretty nice.
And then he says, well, that's a fine frame. A fine frame it is. And then she's like, you sound like Dr. Seuss when you're drunk. It's like, and then she's like, Anna, I'm serious. Serious I am, Anna. What I like about this too is that it gets to the point where we talk, like, again, it's just subtle humor, right? But like he's used to doing this type of humor, like with moonlighting, right?
Yeah, and
in a dramatic setting.
Yeah, and it does a really good job of portraying their relationship, right?
It does.
You can
absolutely
tell that they have a strong marriage, right?
Yes.
They, they're joking around with each other, right? And they're enjoying each other's company. She's not annoyed that he sounds like Dr. Seuss when he's drunk.
Yes.
They're just having fun with it.
Having fun with it. Like a good couple would. A strong couple would. Right? And then, she looks at us like, well, it's mahogany. So it's probably a couple $100. Right? Which, again, this is 1999. So that's a $200 frame in 1999.
Yeah.
And then, like it, and then he just jokes like, ugh. If we hawk it, like we could get a CD rack for the bedroom.
Yeah, get a CD rack for the bedroom.
You get 1999. And Anna then she's again in a loving type of way, a little bit annoyed at how glib he is about it. It's like,
this is a major award.
This is a big deal.
This is
and then they switch back to it. It switched from a frame and now it's a leg.
Yeah, now it's a leg lamp. It's a major award. And it's for Gile.
And then she just says, like, what? I'm going to read this to you. And then she reads it. It says, in recognition for his outstanding achievement in the field of child psychology, his dedication to his work, and his continuing efforts to improve the quality of life for countless children and their families, the city of Philadelphia proudly bestows upon its son, Dr. Malcolm Crowe, that's you. It really says that's you on the certificate, apparently. Maybe not. I don't know.
Nah. I don't think it does, but
the mayor's citation for professional excellence. And then, like, she pauses on this and it's like, wow, like they called him the city's son. Like she's like, wow, this is important. This is a big deal. Like my husband is getting a major honor here from the city for his professional achievements.
Yeah.
He's getting laid tonight.
That seems to be where this night is going.
There's we're not beating around the bush here. There's no fun doing. This is
They're just gonna straight up emotional catharsis.
Affairs.
They're gonna jump straight to the emotional catharsis.
And then Malcolm, he's still drunk. He's just like, we could keep it in the bathroom. And then she's like, no, this is important for both of us. Like, you've sacrificed a lot to be able to do this. Like, you've even sacrificed time with me to make this happen, right? And so, they cut from that up to the bedroom because, as we just said, it's clear where the night's headed.
And they're
taking off things.
They're starting.
Yeah, I love how Bruce does. I get a glimpse into how Bruce Willis approached Demi in the bedroom. But before things get too serious,
they're starting to get They look at the window. They
feel a draft coming through the room.
Mm-hmm.
And they look at the window, and they can see that the window has been broken. It's been broken in.
Yeah, there's glass on the floor. The window is shattered. And that sobers Bruce Willis up real quick.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
they hear some noise behind them.
Yep. And he looks.
Anna gets scared.
Yeah, and then Bruce Willis looks over at the bathroom, and he goes and looks inside there, and there's Donnie Wahlberg and his tidy whities.
Oh yes, brave man. He is an emaciated.
He is an emaciated Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah,
like he is skinny, malnourished looking,
and he is shaking. Mm-hmm. Again, like it's chilly out there, and he's got nothing on but his tidy whities.
Yeah,
and then Malcolm just looks like, hey, we don't have any drugs in this house. There's no weapons in this. Like, you're not going to find things in here, right?
And
I know it was
Donnie, Vincent.
Yes, we don't know his name yet. We'll discover it very shortly, though.
Yeah, but he walks to the doorway of the bathroom.
He's like, "Do you know why you're afraid when you're alone?"
I do.
I do. And he says again, like he's a grown man. He's speaking like a child.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like a scared child, like a terrified child. He's crying and he's.
Yeah. And then he's like, "You don't even remember your own patients?" And then then you can see Malcolm. He's just trying to go through his head. No, like you could tell, like there's certain ones he remembers. Like, okay, like what's one that was a tough case? I can't remember. Like, what? No. And then Vincent kind of gives him this kind of the basic sketch of his story about the background of his family and all this, and then it clicks.
It clicks in Malcolm's head, and he's like, Vincent Gray. I remember you.
Yeah. And he speaks he speaks in a very empathetic kind of
his
tone and
child psychologist brain kicks in and he starts talking to him like one of his patients. He's just very calmly trying to reason with them, trying to make him feel comfortable.
Yep. It's like, then finally, but it's not working. Like, he's like, no, like, you said you could help me, right? And no one believed me. And again, he's still trying to reassure him, right? But that's when the gun comes out.
Yes, Vincent turns around, and there was a revolver that he had left sitting on the sink. Turns around and grabs it, and he turns toward Malcolm and shoots Malcolm in the stomach, or in the in the torso area, in the abdominal area, not so much in the stomach, but kind of off the side a little bit. And so Malcolm falls back onto the bed,
holding his. And then we cut back to basically he falls back on the bed, right? And if you're sitting on the bed, if you're laying with your head at the headboard, right, you could look into the bathroom in this bedroom, right? And so the camera kind of stays there, and then it turns away and it pans to the wall.
It pans over as Vincent picks up that revolver, puts it toward the side of his head,
puts it at his temple,
and as the wall is all you can see, you hear a gunshot.
Yep. And then Anna goes back. She said, just called 911. She's like, just stay with me. Right. And then you see him.
You see blood start to sort of pool blood under him on the sheets.
And things fade out. Right. And then we fade back to a daytime scene. Right.
And it says 6 months later.
And it's in this neighborhood in Philadelphia. Yeah. It's 6 months later, that the following year or something like that. Right. And now you have Bruce Willis, and he is just sitting on the bench
Mm-hmm.
in this little kind of open park area. Like it's kind of set up like there's houses on either side of the street. There's like a little bit of park area between the houses, and he's just kind of sitting on these benches, and he's looking at his notepad.
Yep.
Right. And it has this boy's name on this, right? And it gives, again, it's a very
Cole Sear
basic,
is the name that's on
Cole. That's right, Cole.
That's on the notepad.
Yep. And it says like, okay, he lives with his mother, right? It has his age, that type of thing, and it's like, and then it highlights certain aspects, right? That are the major things, like potentially disturbed, right?
Hallucinations,
self-harm, or hallucinations, stuff like that, right? Any typical type of thing that might be given to a psychologist or a doctor to know about a patient before the first meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just sitting there, and you can tell this is kind of like the fall, maybe like late fall, right? It's it's the school year,
yep.
Right? And it's chilly. It's not winter yet, but it's like the fall. And we see Cole come out his door
Haley
and
Joel
looks across
Osment.
the street, and he sees this man there, right? Bruce Willis, Malcolm, kind of look at him as he comes out of his house. Right? He's got these glasses on, right? And he quickly turns and walks down the street, kind of not running, but he's definitely briskly walking. And Malcolm starts to follow, and Cole just starts to walk even a little bit quicker, right? And then he sees, Malcolm keeps following, and he sees Cole turn into this church. Right?
Yeah, and Cole, I mean, Haley Joel Osment, he was a small kid. Right?
Yes.
And he walks up, this door to this church is gigantic. And he's struggling to open it.
The things that are listed on here is acute anxiety, socially isolated, mood disorder. Yeah. And again, like you said, these are huge doors to this church. Like this church looks like it was probably built in the 1700s. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a church of that time period, right? You have a center aisle, pews on either side. It's a Catholic church, kind of as we talked about earlier, right? And so you got the altar back. You have the more modern altar, but then you have the older high altar in the back, right? And there's a few people in there praying. And he just walks down the center aisle, and he finally settles where Cole is. And Cole's playing with these little like army figures.
Yep.
Right? And he stops, and Cole just looks up.
So Cole's playing with these little action figures, right? And he's also speaking Latin.
Yes, that's right. He is speaking Latin. Right?
And Malcolm walks up, and he notices this.
And Malcolm doesn't quite hear it as Latin yet, right?
Yeah,
he just kind of hears these words coming.
He does hear it as he's walking by, because he asks him about it.
That's right. And he looks up there. He looks at Cole. He's like, "It's okay, Cole. Don't be frightened. My name is Dr. Malcolm Crow. Mm-hmm. We were supposed to meet, but I missed the appointment. I'm sorry. Like, do you mind if I sit down?" Right? And he just talks, and like Cole just kind of nods his head. He doesn't really say anything yet. And Malcolm looks at him like, "There's your glasses there. Don't have any. There's no lenses."
He's like, "They're my dad's."
Then Cole says, "Oh, well, they're my dad's. The lens hurt my eyes." Right? Because of course, like if he's okay, so you're thinking, okay, he's just wearing his dad's glasses because he misses his dad because his parents are divorced.
Yep.
And because he has good eyesight, obviously,
he doesn't
the glasses
in there
would hurt his eyes. Yeah. So he takes them out, and because he doesn't need to use them, and he can still have the connection to his dad, right? And that's when he's like, "Oh, what were you saying to your soldiers there?" Right? And that's when Cole says it. De profundus clamo ad te domini. Malcolm's like, "Oh, Latin. You know Latin?
Do they all speak Latin?" And he's like, "Nope, just this one."
Nope, just this one. Right? And he's like, I like churches. Like, in the old days, people in Europe would hide in churches and claim sanctuary. And Cole's like, oh. And now all of a sudden, like, Cole like really wants to speak with him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, why were they hiding? Oh, bad people, other things, I suppose, people that want to hurt them, right? And then, they get talk like, well, what kind of doctor are you? Well, I work with young people who might be sad or upset and I try to help them. Right? I was like, are you a good doctor? Right? He's like, well, I got an award once.
I got an award once.
Nice frame.
Great. Beautiful frame.
And that was a long time ago. And as he's talking, he sees, he's looking at Cole. Like, he sees Cole has like these scratch marks on his wrist, right?
Just like on the inside of his forearm.
There's like these scars. I know there's, but yeah. And then they're talking, and then Cole's about to leave. He's like, Cole's just asked, like, I'm going to see you again, right? He's like, yeah, if it's okay with you. And Cole kind of nods his head. And he walks away, and Malcolm's just staring at him as he walks to the back of the church. And as he's walking the back, right, past the back pew, there's some tables there with some statues, and Cole just casually snatches.
He just snatches a statue of Jesus.
Yep.
And just keeps walking toward the door.
Right. And then, we cut back to that house we saw earlier. Malcolm's coming in. He's like, hey, it's me. Right? There's mail. There's a cold meal on the table. And he's like, I'm late for dinner. Right? And then, we see him, so he's like, all right.
Isn't
so
his wife sleeping? Isn't his wife asleep in the chair?
Yes, she's asleep. It's either the chair or the bed. Yeah, she's somewhere. She's asleep. It's like, all right.
I think she's sitting in the chair in the living room.
So he realizes he can't even talk to her. She's already falling asleep.
An empty glass of wine.
He missed dinner. And so he goes down to that cellar, the basement, and he gets out his Latin dictionary.
First he walks up to the cellar door, and it's locked.
It's locked. And it's got a red doorknob. A glass red doorknob, right?
And the door's locked.
And he goes to this. He looks for his keys in his pocket, right? And then
it cuts to he's down there.
And then and he's got his Latin dictionary out. So he's going to look this up. And he looks up the phrase, and it says, "Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord." Right? And then we cut back, and now we're going to get a little true glimpse into Cole's life, right? And we meet his mom, right? And and you could tell, like, they don't have a lot of money, right? They have a very basic kitchen, and off the sides of the laundry room, right? And she's getting some stuff out of the laundry, like she's just in her bra, she puts on a top, right? And then she cuts into the kitchen. The radio's playing. It's some morning show, right? And Cole sits down. He's in his school uniform, right? So which for him does consist. You can tell he goes to a private school, and so he's got a blazer and a tie and slacks, right? And she looks at him. It's like, oh, your Cocoa Puffs are getting soggy, right? And he's just sitting there with his hands, his fingers spread out.
Yeah, just flat. His hands are flat on the table.
On this table.
And she looks at him, and he's got a clip-on tie. And she sees that
there's... Oh, he got a spot on your tie.
A spot on your tie. So she takes his tie, goes back into the laundry room,
gets another tie. She goes to get another tie, right? And when she comes back in, all the cabinet doors and drawers are, like, open. And she gasped.
Well,
right, because
before he came down to the kitchen, after she gets the shirt out of the laundry and all that stuff, she walks into the kitchen, and the cabinet doors are open and the drawers are open and all that. So she closes them all, and then he comes in.
That's right. Yes.
She does the stuff with his tie, and then when she walks back out, all of the cabinet. Well, see, it was just most of them that were open before. Not all of them are open.
Right. And like, she's been in that little laundry room like 10 feet away, like 5 seconds tops.
And now this is when his hands are flat on the table.
Yes.
After she goes back in.
Like, oh, and she's like, he's like, what are you thinking, mommy? But nothing. Were you looking for something?
So yeah, Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts. She's like, they're up here.
Right up here.
And I got a kick out of this little part, right? Because we have a lot of Pop-Tarts in the house now, and it's like an old Pop-Tarts, but like a box, and now like they're all blue, and this is just a white Pop-Tarts box. And even the idea of a kid eating like just Cocoa Puffs for breakfast in the morning, it's tiny details about that I like in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and again, like no one wants soggy Cocoa Puffs.
No.
And then, as she's as she's getting it out of the box, right? He hears someone that's going to walk into school. It's like, oh, I got to go to school. I'm going to be late, right? It's like, hey, don't you want your Pop-Tarts?
Yeah,
he runs back, grabs them.
He gets up, runs back, grabs the Pop-Tarts, and runs back out the door. And then she looks down. So his mom is Lynn, played by Toni Collette.
Toni Collette.
And she looks down, and where his hands were on the table, you can see his handprints. Yeah. And they're slowly fading. Showing that, he was pressing them down pretty hard on there. So you see some condensation and stuff there from that. As if, as if, say, the table was cold and he put his warm hands down on it, and, you get that little bit of, lingering handprint.
And so, right? And so then we cut to outside the house, and that boy's there. His name is Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Tommy Tomasimo.
Tomasimo, right?
Tommy Tomasimo.
Played by, what's his name?
Trevor Morgan.
Trevor Morgan, right? And he has his arm, she's looking out the door. She sees Tommy's arm around Cole, and they wave to her, and then they start walking down. It's like, hey, do you like that little bit? Hey, freak, do you like that bit with my arm around you?
I just came up with that. That's called improv.
All real actors do it. As we discovered later, this boy has recently starred in a TV commercial for cough medicine.
Yes.
And so now he thinks he's a serious actor.
He thinks he is the most serious actor that there is.
Like, in this, again, these boys, they're roughly 10 to 12 years old. Probably closer to 10, not 12.
I think they're like 9 or 10.
They're closer to 10. 9 or 10.
So I think they do say Cole's age at one point.
And he's a classic kid of that age that's 9, 10 years old that thinks he's awesome. That's definitely not awesome.
Were you in a commercial? I was. That kind of.
What was your commercial? Oh, cough medicine? Oh, okay. And then so they make it to school. And, Cole's just standing outside looking in as like the bell's going off, right? This is St. Anthony's Academy, right? And he's the last one in.
Cole could have told him, you might have been in a cough syrup commercial, but I was in a movie with Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is my dad.
And Robin Wright.
She gave me AIDS.
No, that was Walker, Texas Ranger when he had AIDS.
Oh yeah, he knows what she gave. She gave him something. They don't say what it is. You can assume, given her history in that movie.
Yeah, then it would be something.
Anyway, so we cut back to the end of the day, and then we were in the house. We're back in the Lynn and Cole's house, right? And Malcolm is there, and Lynn and Malcolm are facing each other, not talking, right? And Cole comes back in through the front door, right? And we're seeing it from the room that the two of them are sitting in.
So the camera's basically between
the back of the room. So they're kind of in the front of the shot.
The chairs that they're sitting in are kind of facing each other at a sort of a little angle. the camera is directly between the two of them, a little farther back. So it shows them on. So they're sort of framing the door, and then
that's when Cole walks
comes
in. So they kind of make their own little. They make a triangle, right?
Yeah, it's a really interesting camera shot. It really is. I like that shot. I mean,
yeah,
it really does a lot to create the scene there.
And Cole's like, oh, okay, yeah, Dr. Malcolm's here, right? He's going to talk about chaos theory.
Yep.
And, but then Lynn...
And how life
gets up, like, hey,
finds a
baby.
way.
How was school? Lynn's like, you can tell me things that you need to, like... And then he stays quiet, and Lynn's like, hey, you know what I did today? I won the lottery. I quit my job. I ate a picnic in the park, right? And then I swam in the fountains all day. What did you do? And Cole thinks about it. It's like, well, I was picked first for kickball. I hit a grand slam to win the game, and everyone picked me up on the shoulders and was screaming my name. And then said Lynn, just thinks about it. So, well, you know what? You're getting triangle pancakes for dinner.
Ooh, triangle pancakes. Any time that your mom makes you pancakes that aren't the standard circular shape.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a special meal.
That's a special meal. Very special meal. Triangle pancake. Like, this must be one of his favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he knows that this is the special breakfast for him is triangle pancakes.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, all right, you got an hour. Right? And so then, right, he looks over at Malcolm. And
he doesn't say anything.
Starts talking.
He just looks at Malcolm.
And Malcolm's like, hey, do you want to sit? And Cole like, no. I'm like, well, do you feel like talking? And Cole kind of shakes his head. It's like, well, how about we play a game? It's a mind reading game.
And Cole's interested. He's like, how do you play?
It's like, well, I will, I'll read your mind. If what I say is right, you take a step closer. If I'm wrong, you take a step back. If you reach the chair, you sit.
If you reach the
door, you can go. You can go to your room and wait for dinner, right? And then they start playing. So Cole agrees, right? And Malcolm's like, okay, well, after your parents got divorced, your mom went to a doctor, kind of like me, and he didn't help her. And you think, I can't help you.
And Cole reluctantly takes a step forward.
He just takes a step. He doesn't nod his head. He just steps.
No, he just slowly steps forward.
And then she's like, she said, she told him things, like secrets. And, right, so, and you have a secret, but you don't want to tell me. Right? And Cole takes another step. He's getting closer to that chair.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks back and he sees Cole's wearing there's a watch. It's like, your father gave you that watch right before he left. And now Cole takes a step back. It's like, no. I was like, no, I found it in his sock drawer.
It's broken.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
And then Malcolm's like, you don't talk a lot at school. But you've never actually been in serious trouble. And then he takes a step back again.
Step back.
It's like, we were supposed to draw pictures, anything we wanted. And I drew a man, but he had been hurt in the neck by another man with a screwdriver. And then Malcolm's like, did you see that on TV? And Cole doesn't really answer him on that. He just says, everybody got upset. There was a big meeting, and Mama was crying. I don't draw pictures
like that anymore.
Then Malcolm's like, what do you draw now? People with smiles and rainbows.
People with smiles and rainbows.
There's no meanings about rainbows. I love, like, it's funny. Like, this is like a scene that is definitely dramatic. Like, the subtle, I love the little humor. It's kind of in there. It's, and Malcolm's like, yeah, I guess not. And then Cole's basically at the door at this point, right? And then Cole's like, what am I thinking right now? Malcolm's like, I honestly don't know what you're thinking. And Cole's like, I was thinking you're very nice, but you can't help me. And he walks off to his room. Right? It's just silent. Right? And now we cut to Malcolm again. He's late for dinner again, but this time dinner is not at home.
Dinner?
It is at this really, really nice restaurant.
Yeah.
The type that you have to have a dress and a suit to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to have a tie for this restaurant. It's a black tie restaurant.
So he walks up to the table where Anne is sitting, and you can tell she
looks not happy.
Yeah, she looks upset. And, he sits down, he apologizes. I'm so sorry. I'm late.
I thought you meant the other restaurant that I proposed to you at.
Yeah, he's like, I have this.
I can't keep a track of time. I got this new case. It reminds me of that other one, Vincent. It's like, I think it might be some kind of abuse, but I don't think it's the mom. Like, I really don't know what's happening.
And
here.
she's not saying a word. She's just staring at him and just not speaking. And so he's trying, he's trying to apologize all this, and then she gets up.
So he's like, I know I've been out of it recently.
The waiter brings the check.
Like, someone, as he's talking about this, she brings the check.
The waiter brings the check, and he reaches for it, but before he can get it, she grabs it and pulls it away. And then he's like, okay, now she's pissed.
She signs it. She closes it, takes out the credit card, puts it back in her purse,
stands up and says,
and then she looks,
happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Malcolm. And walks away. And he's like, oh, I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. So then it's the next day, isn't it?
I think so, yes.
And isn't this when Cole is at school?
No, I think that happens a little bit later, because I think you have another scene with Cole and Malcolm where they're kind of walking, like they would go to school. It's like, oh yeah, I walk this way with Tommy. It's like, oh, is he your best buddy? It's like, no, he hates me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. And he's like, like, does your mom? And it's like, oh, and you don't like him? It's like, yeah. It's like, does your mom know about that? It's like, no, I don't tell her anything. So, well, she doesn't look at me like everybody else does, and I don't want her to. I don't want her to know. I was like, no, what? That I'm a freak.
That I'm a freak.
And then Malcolm now, he gets pissed off at this. Like, listen to me. You're not a freak.
You're not a freak. Don't ever let
anybody that tells you you're a freak. That's bullshit.
And he's like,
and Cole's like,
you said a bad word. You said the S word. Like, yes, I did. I'm sorry.
It's I love that. It's like Bruce Willis just drops the S word, like Bruce Willis was dropping the S word.
Yeah.
And then, you said the S word. Anyway.
And then he's like, you go up to Tommy Tamasimo and you tell him, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
And then he pants him.
Right in front of the whole school.
I guess they had meetings about that too.
Well, they would have meetings about that actually, no, they probably wouldn't. They'd probably the school would understand, I think.
Maybe they would.
Yeah, that kid deserved it.
All right. And so is that the scene then after that where we have when he starts reviewing his
is when
I'm trying to think there's 2 or 3 scenes here I'm thinking about. I'm trying to piece together where it is, because let me look at this real quick. Yeah, that's not yet. Yeah, I think maybe this is the scene that I guess we can kind of go here where we cut to the school. Is that there or is that the other scene? Because there's also a scene where he's also.
I think the next one is the school because I think he was walking him to school.
Yeah. So also think about the scene where Malcolm is listening to the old recordings with Vincent.
That I think is.
And is that before or after the hospital?
I think that's after the hospital.
That has to be because it makes sense what happened. Okay, yes.
I think that's after the hospital. So we still have a little bit to go before we get there.
But yeah, I think maybe there's a scene. I think the scene right before the scene in the school it's day still, and like his she's at home doing laundry, right? And she's looking around, and she sees in the hallway she's all these pictures of him on the wall,
mm-hmm.
and there's this white streak that's above him
in every one of them.
In every one of them, like she's never seen this before.
This like photos. White glare. That's sort of.
And she's just looking at it. She's got her headphones in because this is not AirPods. This is 1999. Not even an iPod, right?
No, it's probably a Walkman or a Discman.
This is definitely a Walkman or a Discman. Yeah. So she's in the 80s one. She's still sporting that Walkman.
Oh yeah, she's still sporting the Walkman.
Yeah. Anyway, so after it cuts from this, her seeing these white glares on every photo with Cole on it. It cuts back to the school, right?
And Cole is sitting in class.
And there's this kid, he's blowing a pencil on his desk.
Mm-hmm.
His other boy is writing something on the chalkboard because he's been naughty.
Yep. I forget what he was writing, but it's like, I will not,
not like I will not talk. It's like, I will not, but anyway, like I won't anyway, I won't do something in class. Anyhow. So,
and Cole's sitting there. He's like a typical bored kid in class. He's got his table, his pencil sitting on his desk, and he's blowing it forward. And then before it falls off the end, he's grabbing it, bring it back, blowing it again.
And they're about to have a history lesson from their teacher. I can't think of his last name.
Stanley Cunningham.
Mr. Cunningham.
Mr. Cunningham.
And he's talking about the founding of the country. And he's saying, like, well, it took place in a very important city. I'll give you a hint. Like,
it's the city where we are right now.
Like, oh, Philadelphia. Right.
And this building, this school that we're in, it hasn't always been a school.
Like, it was actually very, important with some of the things. Like, does anyone know what used to happen in this school? No one's
answering.
Putting their hands up. And then finally, Cole
puts his hand up.
And
Mr. Cunningham, he's like, oh, Cole.
Oh, cool.
He's surprised.
They used to hang people here.
He's surprised that Cole is volunteering.
Cole, yes.
He's raising his hand.
Cole does not volunteer often.
And so he's like, oh, Cole, what do they do here? And Cole's like, they used to hang people here. And Mr. Cunningham's like, no, that's not right. I don't know who told you that. Did the other boys tell you that?
And Tommy looks back at him and was like, Tommy sits right in front of him. It's like, yeah, no, like they used to have trials here. Like, it's like, I don't know if you told me that, but yeah, no, they used to like make laws here. It's like, yeah, they're the ones that used to hang people. And he's like, oh, no,
he's like, no,
not true.
Cole, that's
like,
not
I don't know if
true.
he told you that, but like,
he's starting to get kind of frustrated.
Yeah, and he stares at him, and then Cole looks at him and is like, stop staring at me. Stop
looking at me like that. And Mr. Kennedy's like, what, looking at you like that? He's like, I don't like it when people look at me like that.
Like what? Like I'm a freak. I don't know how I'm supposed to look. You look at me like I'm a freak. And then he starts changing the things. Like this Stanley, Mr. Cunningham's starting to come closer. And he's like, you used to go to school here too. And they used to call you Stuttering Stanley.
Yeah, you were stuttering.
Like,
you had trouble talking. You were Stuttering Stanley. What? Stuttering Stanley, Stuttering Stanley, Stuttering Stanley.
And all of a sudden, like, who told you that?
And right? Cole is just getting louder and louder, just yelling, Stuttering Stanley, now Stuttering Stanley,
he's
Stuttering Stanley.
He's covering his eyes as he's just saying this, right? And then Stanley just pounds his fist on Cole's desk. It's like, stop it, you freak. And that ends it. And like the boy has he has stopped and now like he's got this chill chalk just going down the chalkboard.
Yeah, I mean the whole class is silent and they're just staring at Cole. At Cole and Mr. Cunningham. And then we have Cole, he's sitting in the principal's office or some sort of office.
I guess they had meetings about this.
They must have. Yeah, he's sitting at this big desk. This big table. And Malcolm comes in and sits down across from him.
Mm-hmm.
And, Malcolm starts talking to him and trying to see what's going on. Why was he acting like that in class? Kind of thing.
Yep. I think we also did forget a scene too where Malcolm is in his basement and he's looking for things and he hears Anna's voice and he's talking to this guy.
Oh yeah.
Outside the front door.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
And it's like, oh yeah, I'm on my way to the flea market in Amish country.
Yeah, this guy that she works with.
Like, thought you might want to come. Like she's like, I thought you might want to come.
And she's like, no. I don't think it's a good idea.
It's like, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think I'm up for Amish country right now. So, and the guy's like, I thought you would want to get out. You've been kind of down lately. Like, I'm okay. All right, he's like, okay. And he starts walking away. Right? And then he starts to, Malcolm's like watching him walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's a window down there in the basement.
Walk away.
And so he
hears Anna
through the window.
Walk away from the front door to go off wherever. And he sees the guy kind of come back. Right?
And he's just like, keep walking. Like, keep walking, shit for brains.
Yeah. That's what Mr. Cunningham's question was: what was the capital of the U.S. from 1790 to 1800? Right. It's not about where was the founding stuff. It was about the capital.
That's just
Philadelphia at the time, right?
You live there. Yeah.
So anyway, so we're back at the thing in the office, right? After all this thing with Cunningham, with Stanley. And Cole's like, I don't want to talk about anything right now. And then Malcolm sits down, it's like, do you like magic? And Cole just kind of nods. And Malcolm's a penny. He's like, watch the penny closely. I'm going to do the magic shake. And then suddenly the penny has magically traveled to my left hand. But that's not the end.
Nope.
With another magic shake, it travels to my shirt pocket. But that's not the end. I need a final magic shake.
And now it's right back where it started. And Cole's like, that's not magic. You just kept it in the same hand.
I love Bruce Willis's face. He's like, oh. Yeah, I guess he is kind of too old. He's kind of old for that trick. And then Malcolm's like, who, me? I kept it. And Cole's like, I didn't know you were funny. Right? And so we interesting there. And now we kind of go back to the Crane house, not the Crow house, right? And again, it's late. He's missed things again. Right? She's asleep. Anna's asleep. But she fell asleep to the wedding video. Right? And there's this woman on there that must be, one of the bridesmaids. And she's like, oh man, Malcolm, like, Anna's so lucky she has you. This type of thing. I love both of you so much. You're going to be so happy together. Like, I'm going to cry. I need a tissue. Right? Oh no. Anna's not asleep, right? He just comes home and he's watching this by himself because she's left it on the TV.
She's left it on.
Right? And he goes upstairs because he hears the shower and she's in the shower. It's steamed up, right? And he looks in and he thinks about saying something, but he doesn't say anything. And he looks over at the medicine cabinet and he sees that she's been prescribed Zoloft. It's like, I've driven her to this like depression. She's like seeing a therapist, and I have no idea about this, right? I love how it says like Zoloft, antidepressant, as if you know what Zoloft is.
Yeah. It's like Zoloft in big letters, and then antidepressant right under that in slightly smaller letters, but still big enough to read.
I think we forgot the scene too. There's a scene in there. Maybe this is the next scene, where he is talking with Cole again in Cole's house, right? And Cole's playing in the living room, right? And he's about to, Malcolm's about to leave, and and then so I need to think about what you want to get out of our sessions, out of our meetings, right? And Cole's thinking about this. Like, instead of something that I want, can it be something that I don't want? I was like, yeah, okay. Well, what is that? I don't want to be afraid anymore. Right? And leaves it at that.
Yep.
Doesn't give us much else on that. Just leaves it there, right? And that's when we cut to a birthday party.
Yes.
Right? And this is this house is in big contrast to this house that
this is
Cole and his mama
this is a nice house. This is a big house. There's a big spiral staircase.
Yeah. And we see excuse me, Cole's there, right? And see him right now, he's at this table though, like, doing the penny trick with the kid that was writing on the chalkboard.
Yeah.
And of course, he's not impressed either. And he's like, and Cole's like, well, it's supposed to be funny.
And the kid's like, I want my penny back.
That's right. That's what he says. That's right. I want my penny back. But yeah, you got this big spiral staircase. And there's balloons. And Tommy is there with this other boy. And it's not Tommy's. This is not Tommy's house. This is the other boy's
Darren's
house. Right?
It's Darren's birthday party.
Mm-hmm. And we see Cole's mom. She's talking with Darren. It's Darren's mom. Not Darren, but Darren's mom.
And so Tommy kind of motions toward Cole, and Darren's like, hey, my mom made me invite him.
And they see Cole as he kind of goes up this. Again, I like how they shoot it all from Cole's perspective, so it looks probably even bigger than it is.
Yeah.
Right? As this balloon floats all the way to the top.
With this big spiral staircase.
And then, then Cole's mom's there. She's speaking with Darren's mom. She's like, oh, yeah, thank you for inviting him. We don't get invited many places. The last party I went to was at Chuck E. Cheese, and he just stayed in the ball pit the entire time.
And they're like, Chuck E. Cheese? What's that?
Like, who doesn't know what Chuck E. Cheese is? Come on.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're like stuck in the city and you're a snob, like, you gotta know what Chuck E. Cheese is.
Yeah.
Right away, this tells you like Darren and his mom are douchebags.
Yeah. To put it lightly.
And yeah. But we cut back, and then they follow Cole as he goes up.
Yeah, so Cole, he starts walking up these stairs. And as he walks up, there's this little closet about halfway up the stairs. This small little square door.
It's at the very top.
And he hears a voice coming from in
voice. And this is not a happy voice that he hears. It's an angry
angry voice that wants to be let out. He wants Cole to let him out of this little closet.
And as he's kind of staring at it and thinking about this and hearing this, Tommy and Darren show up behind him.
Mm-hmm. And they're
like, hey, Cole.
Cole, we're putting on a play. You want to be in it?
He's like, and he's scared. Like, he's, hey, of that. And then they also startle him. So he's like, sure. Like, well, what's the play?
It's called, what was it, Trapped in the Cellar or Trapped in the something?
Yeah. It's not R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet.
No, not Trapped in the Closet.
I was like, oh no, I don't think so. I was like, oh no, sure, you'll love this play. And then they open up that door.
You play the guy that's trapped. And so they walk up, they open that door, shove him in there, and he's screaming. He's like, no, don't put me in there, don't put me in there. He is terrified. And they shove him in there and shut the door.
The music's loud in this house. But eventually, his mom's able to hear him kind of the shouting. And she tracks it.
He's banging on the door. He's yelling, trying to get them to open it. But they're just sort of just standing back there. And like, he's really freaking out.
And now this is getting the attention of everybody else. Everyone else can hear this now. And
his mom,
the balloon
Lynn,
pops.
I think Lynn realizes that she doesn't see him anywhere, and that's what gets her attention.
Oh, that's right.
Because the music and the kids are all so loud that they're drowning out his screams. So she looks around and she doesn't see him, so she goes looking for him. It's like, hey, have you seen Cole? Has anybody seen Cole? And then he sees the two kids standing up outside the little closet just staring. And she realizes what's going on.
Yep. And he's just pounding at this door, screaming. And the balloon pops and, it gets louder. And she's like, where's the key? Can you open this door? Yeah,
so she runs up there. She's trying to open this thing, but it's locked. She can't open it.
And the other moms, they're not helping. Darren's mom's not helping. She should know how to open this damn door. She's not doing anything.
And then all the screams stop, and the door and she's able to turn the knob and open the door. Yep. And she pulls
out,
him out.
He
is catatonic.
Yeah. And she kind of cuts with her like kind of walking away, and we're gonna fade to this hospital.
So they're at the hospital, and the doctor is talking to Lynn. The doctor is played by M. Night Shyamalan.
This is M. Night Shyamalan, right? And Lynn's there, and Malcolm is there too. And the M. Night Shyamalan, Dr. Hill is his name, Dr. Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he's like, well, the test, indicate that he didn't have a seizure. And he's doing fine. We're going to let him rest a little bit longer, but he can go home tonight.
Now, there was something that concerned us. We found some bruises and some scrapes. And Lynn gets defensive. She's like, are you trying to imply that I hit my son? That I abused my son?
And he cuts to Malcolm's like, and Malcolm hears is like, oh boy. He knows where that's going.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And she gets, like you said, defensive. It's like, those are from sports, from like playing. He's not coordinated. But I don't want to stop him from playing if he wants to play.
So Dr. Hill's like, well, we have someone from Child
over there
who just has a few questions for you. She's a social worker. She wants to ask you a few questions.
He's like, I'm not a bad mother.
Meanwhile, Malcolm excuses himself from that situation and goes to Cole's room. Goes to the hospital room where Cole is. And Cole is laying there. He's got the covers pulled up to his neck, right?
He's got. Mm-hmm. And, Malcolm's like, I'm thinking that, we might not need sessions anymore. I'm just going to follow you around. And then, and Cole's like, Malcolm's like, but, did Dad ever tell you bedtime stories? Cole's like, yes. Well, let me tell you one. This is Prince once, he was driving around for a long time. It was a long trip and he fell asleep. And, when he woke up, he was still driving and the long drive went on. And Cole's like, Dr. Crow. Malcolm's like, yes. You haven't really told bedtime stories before, have you?
No, not really.
No. It's like, well, you got to add twists and stuff. Like, maybe they run out of gas. Malcolm's like, oh, yeah, no gas. That's good because they're driving, right? And Cole, now Cole's like, what? Why are you sad? Like, why do you think I'm sad? Like, Your eyes told me. Your eyes.
And he's like, well, that's a story that I probably shouldn't be telling you. But I'll tell you anyway.
But he kind of tells it. Yeah. Once upon a time, there was this man named this guy Malcolm.
There was this, and he was a doctor, and he helped kids.
And he loved it.
He loved his job. He loved helping these kids. And there was this one kid that he tried as hard as he could, but he couldn't help this kid.
He realized he made a mistake because he couldn't help this kid. And he thinks about this one all the time. He can't forget this kid. And then, after that, things became kind of messed up. And his wife didn't like the person he became because of this. They don't speak anymore, and they're strangers. But then this doctor meets this wonderful little boy that reminds him of that other boy. And Malcolm thinks, well, if he can help this one, then, maybe that would help him feel better.
About the other one.
And he and his wife would, be happy together again. I don't know how it's going to end, but I hope it's happy. Right? And then Cole comes into this and he's thinking, all right, I want to tell you my secret.
He's like, I'm ready. I want to tell you my secret now.
Then it cuts to Malcolm. Okay, go ahead. And then that's what he just says.
This is when you get that classic
famous line.
I see dead people. And then they pause for a second, both of them.
Yep.
And Malcolm's like, in your dreams?
Like when you're asleep?
Like when you're asleep in your dreams? And
then
he's like, no.
Cole just shakes his head. It's like, when you're awake. And then Cole just, you can tell Cole is, he's not, he's pensive about this. He's scared, not because he's just like, he's burying himself here and he's thinking about these things that really affected him. And he's like, when you're awake? And it's like, yeah. And Malcolm he keeps digging on this, right? He's like in graves and coffins? Cole's like, no.
No. Walking around like regular people.
Around.
Like regular people. And then he's like, they don't know they're dead. They can't see each other.
They tell me things that happen to them. And he's like, well, how often do you see them?
All the time.
I was like, all the time. They're everywhere. And he's like, you won't tell anyone my secret, will you?
And Malcolm's like, no.
No. It's like, can you stay here till I fall asleep?
Yep, I will.
And
so Malcolm sits there next to his bed while Cole, rolls over and shuts his eyes and tries to go to sleep.
Right. And so we cut to later in the evening. He's gone home now, and his mom's, he's still asleep. His mom's just carried him into his room, put him in his bed, and she sees those bruises that M. Night Shyamalan was talking about, right? And she gets upset about this. And she goes and calls Darren's mom, right? Hey, yeah, this is, it's like, hey, this is Lindsay, Cole's mom. I wonder if we can talk to your son and his friends about keeping their fucking hands off my son.
Nice use of the F-bomb.
It was a very nice. It's damn hands.
No, it was fucking. Keeping their fucking hands off my son.
Yes. If we're going to get an F-bomb, that's a perfect place to put it in for a PG-13 movie.
Yeah. Yep.
Cursing kids' hands.
But
then again, if they're hurting a boy, she has every right to talk about their hands that way.
Yep.
That is a mother's right.
Yes, it is.
And it's a good thing the mother found, because if it was the father, those boys would be dead.
And then that father would spend the rest of his life in prison.
Anyway, and so it cuts into later that night now, though, right? And now this is where things, because now he's told this secret, we can amp things up now in terms of the scares, the thrills of this movie, right?
Yep.
Which we kind of had earlier, right? The scene when he at the top of the stair steps when he's hearing that, like they sell that really well.
They
do.
They
put it from his perspective.
Creepy.
So it's creepy, and like the direction of it's good. The music in that scene is good, and Haley Joel Osment's acting
he
in that scene is so good that sells. And that's why a lot of the thrills and scares in this movie work really well, is because, I mean, it's the music, it's the lighting, the set, and just
but the thing that really sells it is Haley Joel Osment's performance.
But at the end, like, he's the one that really puts it over the top, right? So we have the scene now, though, right? It's later that night. He wakes up, right? Because he has been asleep for a while. He probably has to go to the bathroom.
So, he real quick
and
jumps out of bed, runs over to the bathroom.
Yep. And we see on the wall is the thermostat, right? Mm-hmm. And it's one of the old ones where you kind of twist it. Change the temperature,
so you see where the temperature's set, and then up at the top, and then down at the bottom is the actual temperature. And you just see that start dropping.
See it dropping to the left, right? And it's to the left of the bathroom. And we see Haley Joel Osment there. He's got a white T-shirt on, and he's got his
tidy whities
on, right? Yeah. And we see Haley Joel Osment just taking a leak.
Yep, he's standing there in front of the toilet. He's peeing, and you see somebody walk across the doorway behind him.
And you have the classic music that tells you this, right? And he kind of looks behind his shoulder as the music hits, as it walks across. For him, like, this is a familiar thing, right? It's gotten a little bit colder, and he
knows what's going on.
He talks about the way he talked about it earlier is like when the hairs that stand up on your arm.
He's like, you know when that tingle in the back of your neck, and when the hairs stand straight up on your arms, that's them,
right? And he clearly had that because, like, his back is to this thing that just walked across. So he feels it. He feels it coming up with his arms. Temperature's dropped. He knows, right? And so he kind of, he flushes the toilet, and then he quietly walks out the bathroom, and he looks down towards the kitchen.
And he cautiously walks toward the kitchen.
The light's on in there. And he's hoping it's just his mom. He's like, Mom.
And he stands in the kitchen doorway. And there's this woman in there. She's got all of the
back is to him.
Cupboard doors open, all the drawers open. She's looking for something. Just like we saw
earlier with when the Pop-Tarts and Cocoa Puff scene.
Yeah.
Earlier in the movie. And things are rattling, and this woman is in this bathrobe, this pink bathrobe. Right? And she turns around, starts screaming and yelling at Cole. Right? And she shows him her wrist, and you can tell that she has sliced open her wrist, right?
This is Janice Dardaris of Osmosis Jones fame.
Yes. Anyway,
and so she plays Kitchen Woman.
Kitchen Woman. There we go. They could have called it Kitchen Ghost.
No, Kitchen Woman. But then she starts screaming again.
Anyway.
She continues screaming, and she's like, something along the lines of, "You can't hurt me anymore," and shows her wrists, and her wrists have been slit.
Yeah. So obviously, she was probably in an abusive relationship, and she stuck that way out instead of being subjected to that, right? And it's interesting about this part is like this. They almost make it seem like she used to live in this, like, house.
Yeah. That's
maybe she did, maybe she didn't, but we could see later, like, these ghosts will just come to him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter
really spoiling anything about that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter where these people died or anything. They just seem to find him. Wherever he is.
He shines like Scatman Crothers.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I wonder if Scatman appeared to him.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Maybe he is Tony. Maybe he is Danny's imaginary friend that lives in his mouth. Although, I mean, The Shining book already explains who Tony is.
Yes, it does.
It's future Danny communicating back with his past self.
If you've seen the mini-series of The Shining, you would know that, or if you've read The Shining.
But
no.
Anyway. Shining was a very fun episode to record too. So if you haven't listened to that one, you might go back and listen to it.
I always love we can fit Scatman Crothers into an episode.
Yeah.
Scatman and Too Excited Trampoline Guy.
Yes. Why weren't they ever in a movie together? Unless they were. If they were, we need to find that movie and we need to watch it.
We will watch it and we will cover it for this podcast.
If that movie exists, then we will find it and we will watch it and we will talk about it.
But there's similarities there, right? Like Danny can see ghosts, Scatman can see ghosts and hear ghosts and all that. Here we go, Cole.
Yeah,
and Scatman very well could have appeared to him.
He could have,
and he'd be like, "Don't go to that hedge maze in Colorado. Stay away from Jack Nicholson."
And so
anyway, back to the scene. So she's showing the wrist and she's screaming. So he books it back to his room,
but he doesn't go to bed.
And in his room, which we haven't really described his room yet.
No.
Right? But he's got this tent that he's made. It's a red tent.
It's built sort of like a blanket fort.
Yeah,
right?
It's like a blanket fort. Exactly. Good. That's a better way of saying it than a tent. It's a blanket fort, right? And he's got a sign on it. It's like, "Do not enter."
Yeah, as you would for a blanket fort.
And when you first see it, you just kind of think of it as that way. There's typical blanket fort. But when he gets in there, you see
he gets in there
statue that he's snatched earlier.
And he's got this flashlight that he turns on. And you see he's got not just that one statue, but he's got this thing filled. He's got little shelves set up in there, and it's just filled.
It's like his own little sanctuary
with all these little religious statues.
Right? And then you see the light on his face, and you can see he's praying. And the scene ends. Right? And obviously, that's yeah. Okay. I can see that being a
traumatizing thing for Chop.
Why is
what we didn't mention earlier when we were first introduced to Cole, when he's coming out of his house to go to the church, right? When he turns to close his door, we see there's a little patch of hair on the back of his head that is white.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
His whole hair, he's got brown hair, right? He's got Haley Joel Osment, light brown hair. But there's this one patch that is just white.
Yep.
And oftentimes with severe trauma, then you'll get white patches in your hair like that.
We will touch on this particular factoid when we also cover Poltergeist. Not the spoiled Poltergeist.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's a, they don't really ever mention that during the movie, that little white patch of hair, but
but they don't need to.
No, they don't. It's a visual cue that this kid is being traumatized by something.
And now we see why. He tells us, and then we see. And they do a good job keeping it from his perspective.
Yeah.
And then someone's acting in this movie. He's just he seems wise and old but vulnerable. It's such a good performance. It really is.
Yeah. It's the glasses with no lenses. That's what does it.
Anyway, we cut from that, and now we're in the auditorium at school, and the school's putting on the Jungle Book, and Tommy is like the narrator of this story, acting in this, right? Right.
No, it's
ends.
Wait,
it's some jungle story.
No,
because they're going safari. Tommy's wearing some safari thing.
That's,
He's like, "There's this tail."
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't watch most of it, right?
Yeah,
But
this is
Cole's there.
This
Malcolm's
is the play
there.
later. The actual play is
There's 2 plays later. Yeah, there's another play later.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
And they're walking down the hallway, and Cole looks at Malcolm like, "Did you also think that play sucked big time?" Malcolm's like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Yeah, Tommy. I used that cough medicine commercial. You thought everyone was self-conscious and unrealistic. He said the play sucked big time." Like, I love Bruce Willis. He's like, "Tommy sounds like he sucks big time." So I thought the play was excellent. It was better than Cats.
He calls it Cats.
I love it. He goes to Cats. Why did he go to Cats?
Because I mean, in the 90s, Cats was
Cats
huge.
Big at that time?
Cats was huge in the mid to late 90s.
So anyway, so they stopped that conversation. Malcolm is now like, "You know what? We got to talk about what you told me at the hospital about seeing dead people. I'm thinking about putting you in a hospital permanently. I think you're crazy." No, that's not what he says. No. Like, he wants to know more about it. But then Cole stops cold.
Yep. And he looks to his left, and there's these stairs that go up.
Yeah. So another hall in the school, right? And Malcolm's like, "Are you seeing them right now?" Cole just nods his head.
And then it shows what Cole is seeing. And up at the top of the stairs, there are these 3 people that are all hanging. And they're slowly
a woman
rotating on the ropes, right? And they all just
and a boy
stare at him. They're all looking at Cole.
And that's the thing, like, their eyes are open. And look, they're just staring at him. So right? It's not like they're obviously dead, but it's not like they're dead. Like, they're animated. Hung corpses staring at him.
Yeah. So here's the question though that I had about this. He told Malcolm earlier that the ghosts don't see each other. They don't know they're dead. They don't see each other. And up to this point, I mean, we've really only seen Kitchen Woman, but there doesn't seem to be more than one that he sees at a time. So there's these 3 that are hanging up at the top of the stairs. Do they see each other? Do they know that they're there?
That's a good question. We don't know. That's a very good question.
Or does each of them just know of themselves up there and not the other 2?
Or is it because that they died together at the same time?
There's that too.
Does that change it?
And I mean, when you're hanging from your neck, it's kind of obvious, that they would be dead. So do they not know that they're dead? They just think they're hanging in a school.
Just hanging out. Hey. Good, very good question. So he's staring at this and like, again, like, he's not really, I mean, he's trying to stare at Malcolm, but like, he can't totally because they're there and it's.
And now we know.
This is when he gets into the thing about the hairs. The hairs, actually.
Yeah.
This is what he talks about. That's what it was.
Yeah. And that, then this is where
Malcolm
we now know.
See them.
We now know why, like how Cole knew that they used to hang people here.
Yeah, because he walks around the school and he just sees people hanging.
Yeah.
Right. And then, like, Malcolm, but he's like, Malcolm can't see him. He's like, "No, I can't see him." And Cole's like, you gotta make them leave. Like, and Bruce Willis, Malcolm just looks like, "I'm working on it." And I think that's where we kind of have the next scene is where he pulls back the old case files out of the basement. Again, a scene where he tries the basement door.
And it's locked again.
And he has to get the key. And he's listening to it. And he keeps rewinding it, listening to this one particular session.
With Vincent.
And then, and at first, he does it like 3 or 4 times. And then he gets closer and he thinks he hears something.
So he cranks up the volume. And he plays it in reverse.
Yep.
And he definitely hears something. He hears something being said. And he's got to turn the volume all the way up in order to hear it.
And it clicks to him that, okay, he might be telling the truth here. And this might have been the thing happening too with Vincent. Right? So he has this revelation. Right? Now then, we go from that, though, we actually cut to a scene. We go back to the Cole's house and Lynn's house, right? And they're watching TV, and it's that cough syrup commercial. Tommy's character wakes up in the middle of the night. He's like, "Mommy, my throat hurts." And then Cole picks something up from the kitchen table. He throws
it's like a stuffed animal, and he throws the TV. Well, first it goes into the rest of the commercial, though. It plays most of the commercial. The mom takes him to the kitchen and, gives him some cough syrup, and the dad's there. Cough medicine,
and he magically feels better.
He's like, I feel much better now.
I like this setup, though, right? And so there's this juxtaposition, right? He's in this innocuous commercial about cough syrup. A kid that has a sore throat, so takes cough medicine, right? And ends with him. The commercial ends with him playing in the backyard like he's happy again, right? And this kid has a complaint to his mommy about his throat hurting, and it gets taken care of. He's up in the middle of the night because he can't sleep because his throat hurts. Cole can't sleep because he sees dead people.
Yeah,
and he can't tell his mother.
It's a little bit more severe than a sore throat, just a little bit. I don't think there's a cough syrup that's going to stop that.
But anyway, so Cole sometimes goes to the dinner table with these big, thick, like mittens on, right? And Lynn just sounds like they're not eating, eating with those dinner table.
So yeah,
you gotta take them off.
Toward the end of the commercial, then he just throws this stuffed animal at the TV, and it just happens to hit the power button and shuts the TV off.
Just right.
And he's wearing these big, thick mittens.
So he takes them off, and they start eating together. And then you can tell she is bothered by something. So Lynn's like, "Hey, I was, putting your clothes away, and I saw Grandma's brooch. The one she left me.
Locket.
This locket. That's what it was. Like, how much I
Grandma's
care
locket
about that,
in your
right? How
in
much
your
it
drawer.
means to me. Like, why did he take it from my room?"
And he's like, "I didn't." And she's like, "Cole, don't lie to me." And Cole's like, "I'm not lying. I didn't take it." And she's starting to get even more frustrated.
Yes.
And she's like, I understand you miss your grandma. If you want to look at it, just let me know. Don't just take it.
No, I understand that. But just don't take it because it means a lot to me. And but I don't want you lying. So I'm going to give you another chance, like one more chance here. Like, did you take the grandma's locket?
He's like, no. And she's like, go wash up for bed.
Yep. And she's just, again, she is a mess with all of this.
He
right?
Gets up and he goes toward his room, and she starts crying. Right there. She's.
And then so he goes in, and it stays in that night, and it's a little bit later, and he's walking down. It's darker, right? And he's kind of going back to his room, and all of a sudden this figure steps through, and it's this older boy than him, probably 14 years old or so.
2 years older than he is, yeah. But he's dressed.
Like, hey.
He's got like a sweater vest on. He's dressed like
looks like he's just in the 70s,
late 70s or so.
Yeah,
70s or so, maybe early 80s.
And he's speaking very quiet to him. He's like, "Hey, I'll show you where my dad keeps his gun. Come on."
Then he walks into Cole's
room.
And
the boy turns around, and then we see the back of his head, and there is a hole in the back of his head. Like he blew his
been blown out, right? And that's the part that really like creeped the hell out of me when I was little, when I was younger, because it's like just you don't really expect that the kid's going to turn his head and back of his head's
subtle, gone. Like it's not a jump scare. It's just this thing that just happens, and it's like, oh, this kid has half a head.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's not as scary looking. It's not like the ghost earlier, the kitchen woman. No, he's hey, I'm going to show you a gun. Oh, you don't have the back of your head.
I wonder what happened there.
So obviously he does not want to go back to his room now, right? And then he starts looking for his mom. And his mom is trying to get the puppy is scared. Like, and he's trying to get the puppy out from
we didn't mention they have a puppy.
Yep. And she's still in the tears because like Cole's having a tough time. She's having a tough time. And he quietly walks in that little laundry room. He's like, "Mama, if you're not mad at me, can I sleep in your room tonight?"
And she's like, "I'm not mad at you."
Like, look at my face, Cole. And then, "I'm not mad." And then she gives him a hug, and he is shaking. And he's like, she's asking what's wrong, like any mother would. And he doesn't tell her. And she just starts crying more. She's like, "God, please tell me, baby." Right? And it ends with that, right? So obviously, like he just can't get back in that room. He has to sit with his mom because like all of this going on. Like it's unraveling so many more layers of like what's happening with this kid that like, damn. Anyway, so we cut back and we see Anna now, right? And this is we discover that she works kind of like at this antique shop, which is why the other guy wanted to go to Amish country to kind of buy some stuff that they could sell, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she has this old ring there, and she is trying to sell it to this couple that's just about to get engaged, or it's an Indian couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the young woman is very much enamored with this ring. And then the guy is obviously concerned about the price tag.
Yes.
And he's like, he is like, "Do you have anything a little bit more plain?" I love
the one look on her face.
Ring,
a plain ring, plain wife,
fiance,
plain fiance,
wife.
Is like, "Oh no, I don't mean that. I just
It's like, and then I love Anna's movies. Like, sometimes I feel like it's best for you to try it on so you can imagine yourself with it for the rest of your life. His eyes roll.
Yeah.
She slips it on the finger, and it's like, and the woman, the young lady's like, "Ooh."
He's just trying to, and he's still trying to explain away that he's like, "No, I just
gotta think about who you are with without the ring. So with this ring,
because with this,
I love it's like with the wavy hair, and brown puppy eyes.
A more plain ring will bring out your beauty even more."
And then they stick with that thing a bit, and then that other guy from earlier kind of comes in, and they're talking about things, and then then we hear a crash, and something breaks through this window,
and
we see Bruce Willis running away.
Well, he's sort of walking.
What we think is Bruce Willis walking away. No, he's like, no. You don't take. Hey. Bruce McGill found out the hard way what happens when you mess with Bruce Willis's wife.
Yes.
In The Last Boy Scout.
We haven't talked about Last Boy Scout yet, but we will. One of these days, we're going to get to it. But yeah, so I think, because it's the guy tried to kiss her.
Yeah.
And that's when when the window shatters.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So Malcolm's not too happy. Don't blame him.
Mm-mm.
Right? And then we had this nice little scene where Lynn and Cole are leaving the supermarket, and she pushes him in. You can tell this is definitely the fall because there's pumpkins out there and haystacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she, and he puts out his arms like he's flying, and she just pushes him real fast in this parking lot, right? I love this little scene.
Yeah.
It shows, again, like this connection. Like there's this momentary
levity,
moment of joy for both of them.
There's this moment of levity in this serious movie. We
talked about how this, like there's some humor going through, but like it's become pretty serious, right?
Especially since he revealed his secret to Bruce Willis.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you just have this little glimpse of what Cole and his mother's relationship could be. What it is when they're both not so concerned with everything that's going on with Cole.
Yep. But then we cut back to Cole and Malcolm. Malcolm's like, I don't think I can be a doctor anymore. I'm sorry. Like, I let things go with my wife, and like I need to focus on this. Nicole's like, you can't quit me now. It's only my secret. You said you would help me. And Malcolm's like, I can't help you. Right? And then I forget how we lead back through things. And maybe that's actually when we get the scene with him when he discovers the videotape, the audio tape. And anyhow, we finally cut back to a scene though where Malcolm he's a change of heart, right? And he realizes he needs to go back to Cole. So he goes back to the church. That's where Cole is scared. That's where he's got. That's where he goes beyond his tent fort, right?
Yeah, he feels the safest at the church.
He can go to the church, right? It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds Cole there.
And this time, Cole is sort of up in the balcony.
Cole's actually standing up, kind of in the choir loft.
Yeah. And he's got his little soldiers out again.
Yep, and he's just putting them up there on the little railing on the choir loft, looking down into the nave and the sanctuary. Right? And he's like, what do you think these ghosts want? It's like, well, maybe they want help. This is what they finally able to kind of get to, right? It's like, well, do you think maybe they're coming to you for help? And then if you can help them, maybe they'll go away.
Yeah. And so Cole's like, I don't know. What should I do? And Malcolm's like, listen. Just listen to him. Because, I think that is, so I think the part where he's listening to the tape was what made him decide to go back and help Cole.
Ah, that's right. Yes.
Because that's when he heard what was being said on the tape in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's like, just listen to them. See what they need help with. And
so we cut to that, what we assume might be that night. Maybe it's the next night. We don't know. But Cole's back at his house with his mom, and she's asleep. And
he's actually sleeping in his fort, his blanket fort.
Yes.
And he hears something, and he wakes up, and he turns that flashlight on, and you can see his breath.
Yeah, it is chilling cold. And and you just basically see his face lit up and his breath.
And he kind of freaks out, so he runs out of the fort, and while he does, he knocks the flap of the blanket that he has for a door there, because it's secured with clothespins.
Yeah. And then, he's out in this hallway. He says he should turn back around. He comes back to his room, and then he can see the blanket is covering over the shape of a body.
Well, no, that's right? That's a little bit later. So that's slightly later, because first he sees a girl. He sees Misha Barton.
That's right. Yes.
And she's sitting there in his room, and she says, "I feel much better now." And then she just starts vomiting.
Yeah, and yep.
And then, he gets scared and he goes to run to his blanket for it, but he notices that the door is taken down a bit. So he's struggling.
That's right. Yes.
He's struggling to try to get the clothespins back up there. But I guess he saw her in the hallway as he ran back to the door, and she's, walking toward him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he, gets the last clothespin up there and runs inside the blanket fort, starts praying, and, you see his breath and all this. And then he looks up and the clothespins start popping off of the top of the blanket fort.
That's what happens.
And the blankets start coming,
and that's when he sees her
apart. And this is when, so he runs back out of it and runs down the hall to try to get away.
Yes.
Then this is when he turns around and he sees this figure that's just draped in these blankets from his blanket fort.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's Mr. Barton.
Yeah. It's the same little girl Kyra that he just saw that was vomiting.
Yep. Kyra Collins. And he finally know what Collins. As soon as he asks, what can he do to help?
He pulls the blanket off of her and and
we don't hear the conversation.
Nope.
We just cut. And we have
there's
Cole and Malcolm. They're on a bus, right? And they're talking.
And Cole is dressed up in a suit.
And Malcolm is dressed as he's been most of this movie in mostly a suit, right?
Suit and trench coat and all that stuff.
Yep. The one time he's in the basement at one point where you see him in this sweatshirt for crew, but again he's in his basement. But anytime he's
the majority of the movie,
Cole,
he's wearing
a suit, right? Because he's in a professional environment, right? And Cole's like, "I guess you came a long way to see me." And Malcolm's like, "Yeah, I think so." And they continue on their journey and they go into the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going in this house, and there's all these cars outside, all these people dressed in black
walking in there. And
we realize quickly it's like this funeral reception for this girl that we just saw. And people are talking.
Kyra Collins. And
then you hear someone's like, "Oh yeah, that's so hard," but there was such a long illness for her. And I hear her sister's starting to get sick too. And the Malcolm and Cole, they're walking around, and Cole's like, "Oh yeah, that's her daddy, that's her sister." And then they walk around. They walk up the steps of the house. Right, they have steps that go along the side of the house.
They walk up there, and Malcolm waits out in the hall, and Cole walks into Kyra's room.
Yep, and Cole, it takes a minute before he opens the door. He's a little bit pensive at first. And he just asks Malcolm, "You're not going anywhere, are you?" He's like, "No, I'll be right here." And he opens the door, right? And he goes in, and you see these puppets, these little marionettes and the puppets in this room, this hospital bed, right? And he looks around, and he finds what he's looking for. Well, the first thing is he gets this small little finger puppet.
Mm-hmm. It's a small little finger puppet.
That thing he's looking for.
And then he turns, and Misha Barton, is under the bed.
Oh, that's right. She grabs his ankle from under the bed.
She grabs his ankle from under the bed. And he looks down and sees her, and she's on all fours under the bed, and she's got this box.
That's right. And she pushes it out.
She pushes it out to him. And so he bends down, he picks up the box, And, we see him now. He's downstairs again. He's gone back downstairs and he's just walking through the crowd carrying this box.
Yep. And finally he appears at her father. And I don't have
so, and this whole time,
I mentioned the father's earlier.
Mr. Collins is Greg Wood. Yes. Played by Greg Wood.
He's one of the newscasters in Signs.
Yeah. So, I thought it was interesting this whole time. So Cole is walking through this crowd very slowly carrying the box, and Malcolm's keeping his distance. You can see him, but he's more in the background. He's letting Cole do his thing.
He's background. He's giving him space as he walks towards. Yes.
And so Cole walks right up to Mr. Collins.
And Kira's daddy? He's like, yeah. Like, she wanted you to have this.
And he hands him the box.
He opens it up and it's a videotape.
Yes.
It's a VHS tape.
It's a VHS tape.
This is 1999.
And he pops it in and there's this ring. And then he gets a phone call. That says
it's not. He pops in and it's just basically this woman brushing her hair, right? And then it turns to static, and then it turns to a well, and then it stops, and then he gets his phone call, and he answers it, and he hears 7 days. That's the exact thought I had watching the movie too. It's like we're gonna have to bring up the ring.
Yeah. But no, so he hands him the box, he opens it up, there's a videotape in there. And
no, he pops it in.
And then right? Cole leaves. Cole and Malcolm leave.
Cole leaves, yes. And the dad is watching this by himself at first.
They walk out and standing outside is Kira's sister.
Yeah, in the front yard they have a swing set and Kira's sister's on there. It's like, Kira wanted you to have this. She knows it's your favorite.
Yeah, Cole goes out and he sits down on the swing next to her and yeah,
and it's a sad little scene. It's like, is she coming back? And he's like, no, not anymore. Malcolm's there too, still kind of giving him space, right?
And so now,
and that's when,
and this is also when you really learn that Cole understands now that he's helped Kira, so now he won't see her anymore.
Yes, exactly.
She can move on. So he's starting to understand how to stop seeing these ghosts.
He's helping them move on. To cross that rainbow bridge.
Yes. Yes.
So, anyway, we cut back inside the house.
Rainbow connection?
Dad pops the video in. It is not video from Ring, so he does not have to hand it off to somebody else.
But what it is you see Kira.
And she's doing a puppet show.
She's doing a little puppet show. It's the camera is like sitting on on like a shelf or something like that, and she's sitting there. She's doing a puppet show, and then she hears something outside, so she puts the puppets down, runs over to bed, and lays down. And pulls the covers up.
Comes in with a tray for lunch.
Or her stepmom.
She's like, hey,
her stepmom comes in.
That's right. It's like, I'm feeling so much better. It's like, oh yeah, it's great, but you know how you always get sick in the afternoon.
So eat up. We want to get you healthy. And so the mom walks over and the stepmom walks over and puts the tray down right in front of the camera. Doesn't notice there's a camera there. And she pulls out this bottle and
soup.
Pours something into the soup.
Yeah. It looks like it's some type of household cleaner, probably. Right. And she's like, it always tastes funny. He's like, oh, you always say that. But you gotta make sure.
I don't want you complaining about it. I don't want you. I don't
want to hear you
complaining
about it again.
Just eat it. We gotta get you healthy.
And then, meanwhile, you see other people start watching this video with the dad.
Yeah, so the dad's watching it. And this crowd starts to form around him, and they're all watching it, and their eyes get huge. And the dad realizes
one of the things I like about this, by the way, is that because it's 1999, it's a classic cabinet with the TV inside. Yep. So the doors are open. It's like a 25-inch TV.
Yep.
With the tube in the back. Anyway, everyone's gasping, like you said.
And then the stepmom's in the other room, sitting at the table, just talking to somebody. And
you cut from it's a dad's perspective as he's walking towards her. And it's like everybody is wearing black except her.
Except her.
She's wearing red.
Mm-hmm. Now,
and
Shyamalan has a thing about colors. Shyamalan has this thing about colors, especially the color red.
Especially red. They got some red on you. But yeah, she feels his eyes on her.
Yeah, basically, if you see red in a Shyamalan movie, it's important.
So, and he's not going to attack her.
He's like, I know what you've been doing,
keeping her sick, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. The funny thing is, we don't know if she gets arrested.
Yeah, we don't know what happens after that. All we know is that...
You hope she gets arrested and charged with homicide.
All we know is that Kira's dad knows what his wife did to his daughter.
Yep. And she can move on because dad knows. Mm-hmm. And she's given her sister this puppet. She's at peace.
Mm-hmm.
And Cole now is strengthened.
Yeah. He knows
how to deal with
that there's a reason he's seeing these people. Yes. That he's supposed to help them. And so they're not quite as scary as they were.
The next thing we get with him is now we jump forward a little bit in time. He is the star of our play now.
Yep. This time they're doing the Sword in the Stone. King Arthur.
Sword in the Stone. And, Tommy gets to play like the village idiot. It's only the worthy. And he just mumbles through his lines. And then it's not a sword that's in there. It's a hammer. And Haley Joel Osment looks at this hammer.
And on the side of it, it says Mjolnir. And he picks up this hammer. And he raises his hand toward the sky, and a bolt of lightning comes down.
No, it actually still is Excalibur.
Mm-hmm.
It's a foam sword or a paper sword that's in a paper rock. But he lifts it out, and it's classic Sword in the Stone, we're saying. So
lifts it out,
the play ends,
hold it up, everybody's cheering.
Who we see here, besides the other parents back here, we see Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm's standing in the back.
And he's smiling, he's clapping, he loves the performance. Right? So we cut to the, after the play, and Malcolm's there with Cole. And Cole is talking to this woman. It seems like she's maybe the person doing the costumes after the show. Right? Yeah. And then Malcolm comes in and she walks away, and we see as she turns around,
we see half of her face has been
burned. Right? And so then Cole and Malcolm have a little conversation. Right? And it's like, hey, it's like, what do you think? How do you think of Tommy? It's like, oh, I think he sucked big time. Right? It's like, oh, no, I thought you did a great job. No, and Cole still has the sword, or Excalibur. Yeah. We'll call it Excalibur, and he's putting it up in the air, and
then then Mr. Cunningham comes by, and he starts talking to Cole.
Yes.
And he starts telling him that when he went to school here, then there was a fire.
Yes, that's right.
This area of the school caught on fire.
Had to be rebuilt.
They had to be rebuilt because it was a bad fire.
And it's like, oh, okay, it makes sense for that woman we saw then.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes you think some of them are connected within the specific place.
Yeah.
And others will travel to him.
Yeah.
Right? Because I guess he said that before Malcolm came in. Because who we were talking to, and that's when we see that woman walk away with the face burned. And that's when Malcolm comes. And they have their conversation. And then, they're talking. And it's like, it's like, well, I guess, I won't be seeing you anymore. Now that, you've helped me.
Yeah, because
I guess I have.
Yeah, so basically at this point when they're having this conversation, he's Cole still has the sword. He's playing with it. He's swinging around, And yeah, that's when he's like, I guess, yeah, you helped me, so
I guess I won't be seeing you anymore. Yeah. So yeah, I guess not. And then he thinks like, I think I know how I can help you. I'll talk to your wife. Wait till she's asleep, and you can tell her everything. Wait till she's
asleep, you can tell her everything you've ever wanted to tell her, and she'll listen. She'll hear you.
And he smiles. It's like, okay. And they say goodbye to each other. Right? And we cut. And now we have Cole in a car with his mom, Lynn.
Well, before we see it there in the car, that we see there's this car accident.
We see a police officer.
He's standing outside a car accident. We don't see what's going on with the accident or anything like that.
We just know there's an accident. It's causing a backup. Yeah,
there's this backup, and then it pans across the cars, and then we see Cole and his mom in the car.
They're talking, and she's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I had to miss your play. I'm working these jobs. And he's like, it's okay. It's like, and then he's thinking about things.
And
it's like, Mom, I think I'm really tell you my secret.
And she's like, oh, really? Really? And then
it's like, yeah. It's like, that the accident up there, someone died.
Well, first she asks about it. She's like, yeah, well, we can get home and you tell me all about it. I wish I knew what happened up there. And he's like, there was a woman on a bike.
And she got hit.
And
she's like, oh my God, can you see that?
It's like, no.
It's like, no.
Well, then how do you know? How do you know? It's like, she's standing outside my window.
Right. That's right. Yes. And then we cut to him. And there's this woman, middle-aged woman.
Yeah, the camera sort of pans over a little bit, and you see out his window.
Because we were kind of looking at them straight on through the windshield. But it pans over to really look kind of
the driver's side window.
Through the passenger side window with him.
It shows, across his mom and him and into the passenger side window, out the passenger side window.
Looks like she's 50, and she's wearing a bike suit and a helmet.
And she's got this blood coming down her head.
Yep.
From under the helmet.
And Shyamalan likes having people get hit by cars in his movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think it does. Only this one wasn't cut in half like the Wife in Signs was. Where the car was the only thing holding her together.
Yeah. Anyway. And it's like, hey, Cole, baby, you're scaring me here. So, and then, he's not convinced that she believes him yet. But then he says, Grandma comes to visit me.
And she starts.
That's not funny.
So that's not funny, Cole. Don't. It's like, she really loves the locket. She'll pick it up and carry it around sometimes. It's like, Cole, don't you dare talk about that. He's like, she wants you to know that she loves you and she misses you.
And and it's like Cole, don't. He's like, she it's like, no, Mom, she talks to me sometimes. She told me that once you asked her a question. And she said, yes. Every day. Well, Mom, what'd she ask you?
Yeah. She said the answer is yes.
And now,
day. And
Anna is.
Well, Lynn.
Anna. Lynn is.
She's bawling.
And then she goes into the story how she had this dance recital. And how she thought that. Oh, no. He tells her first that, no. You had this dance recital. And she thought that. You weren't there, that she wasn't there, but she stuck in the back.
She stuck in the back.
And she saw you. And she said you look beautiful. And then she goes to that. And then at this point, now Lynn's getting to think about the question that was asked. It's like, I asked her, are you proud of me? And then Cole connects that in, right? I guess she asked, oh yeah, no, no, the way he puts it is like she knows you ask her questions when you pray, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like, are you, you know, and again, it's question, are you proud of me? And it's every day, right? She is, her, you know, his grandmother, Lynn's mom, is
Proud of her daughter
of the woman that she's become. That her daughter is this great mother, Cole, and the two of them hug. It's this really, really sweet moment.
Mm-hmm.
That both of them, again, like how Haley Joel Osment plays off both Toni Collette and Bruce Willis in this movie.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
and both Bruce Willis and Toni Collette play it great also, because so many times when you see kind of like adult actors acting with like kids, like they don't do a great job with it. Sometimes like they kind of send to it.
Yeah, but
both of them feel just slip straight into it.
When Haley Joel Osment is acting how he's acting in this movie, I mean, he is better than a kid his age should be.
Yes. Listen, I love Michael Caine. Michael Caine won Best Supporting Actor in 1999 for The Cider House Rules. Haley Joel Osment should have beat him for this Oscar.
Yeah. And what's funny is
Alfred, I love you.
A few years after this, Haley Joel Osment and Michael Caine will star in a movie together. Secondhand Lions.
Secondhand Lions. But anyway,
along with Robert Duvall.
Angelina Jolie beat Toni Collette for the supporting actress Oscar because she was also nominated.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so. I never saw Girl Interrupted, so I can't say much about that movie, to be honest. But Toni Collette was amazing in this movie.
Yep.
And this scene is one of several scenes where she shows that.
Yeah.
But so anyhow, they they have this nice touching moment between mother and son, right? And now we have to cut back. We cut back to Malcolm, right? So we had the resolution for Cole, his mom, and Malcolm's at home, and he comes in.
And this is when his wife is sleeping in the chair.
She's sleeping in the chair. This is the time when she's sleeping in the chair.
Yeah.
And she is watching a wedding, the wedding video.
Their wedding video. She fell asleep in the chair. She's got an empty glass of wine.
Yep, and she's just got a blanket on, and you could tell she's got some tears in the eyes. Right? It's just it's a lot. I get it. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening.
He decides he's going to take Cole's advice, and he walks over and starts whispering in her ear. Telling her that he loves her and he's sorry, and he knows he hasn't been there for her much lately.
And right now he's talking. It's like I've been lost. I need my best friend back. And then she's like, I miss you. And then finally she's just like, what? Like, why, Malcolm?
Why did you have to leave me?
Yeah, like what? Like what did he do? What's made you so sad?
Yeah. And she's like, why did you have to leave me?
And she just says, why did you leave me? It's like, I didn't leave you.
But then she drops something.
And then she drops something. And it just kind of hits, a little bit, and it rolls away a little bit.
And it's a wedding ring. It's his wedding ring.
It's not a woman's wedding ring. It's a man's.
A man's wedding ring.
Band. And he looks at his hand, and there's nothing on his hand.
Yeah. And then he looks over at that basement door with the red doorknob that's always locked when he's trying to go down there. And he sees that there's a table
with books
stacked on top of it. In front of this door. In front of
and now he
blocking
is
the door.
Confused.
A table that has clearly been there for a while. Because, like you said, it has books stacked on it. And then he starts remembering
back, and he
starts remembering about what Cole was telling him in the hospital. He's like, they don't know they're dead. They can't see each other. And it all starts coming to him. He remembers back to when he got shot.
Yep. He starts seeing these scenes that we've seen earlier where he's just trying to open the door and it doesn't open, right? Where he's just sitting, not talking to Cole's mom, right?
These scenes where he's with Anna and she's not.
We see the scene in that restaurant where she takes the thing away, the bill away, right?
Where she is not actually talking to him. She doesn't see him. And, then we get when we see again when he gets shot and the blood starts to pool behind him, like under him on the bed. And he looks down and he's got blood on his torso, on his side, on his belly. And then he turns around and then there's more blood on his back.
On his back. There. And he says, it doesn't even hurt anymore. And now, he's come to the full realization that he died.
That when he got shot, he died. And he has been a ghost ever since. One in need of help from Cole.
Right.
And now that Cole has helped him, he can move on.
He can go back to Anna. He goes back to Anna then. And you have him talking on this wedding videos after they're at the reception, right? He's got his bow tie off and he's saying these nice things and then to the camera, right? And now he realizes he's got to say something himself now as his ghost to his wife, right? And it's like he's like he just starts talking. Well, I guess we get the videotape after the talk after this as well. Thinking about this, right?
Before I just need, before he starts talking to her, he calls Whoopi Goldberg, and she comes over, and he possesses Whoopi Goldberg. She wakes up Anna.
She gets Alan Rickman, drops Alan Rickman off the Philadelphia City Hall, off the Rocky statue, and then starts talking to Anna.
Well, that's outside the Philadelphia Art Museum.
That's right. Yes. Anyway, and so it's William Penn on top of the City Hall. Anyway, so he's like, and then Malcolm sees her. He's like, don't cry. I have to go. But I needed to do a few things first. I've done that, right? I helped somebody. But I also need to tell you something. And then just like, no, don't tell me. You were never second, ever. You were always first. I always put you first. You were never second. You thought you were second? No. You were not a number two. You're not a Bono.
Nope, you're not a Deuce.
At this point, though, they're both crying. She's sleeping. She's crying as she hears him talking to her, right? She feels him, right? She's not really cold anymore. Like it's a warmth, really.
Yeah.
Right? And he just tells her, you can sleep now, Anna. Everything's going to be different in the morning. And she says, good night, Malcolm. And he says, good night, sweetheart. Right? And it cuts to that video where he's just talking. It's like, yeah, I've had too much drink. And he's just professing his love to her on the wedding day on this tape after the wedding. He's like, he just tells her at the end in this video, like, Anna Crow, I'm in love. In love, I am. Sam, I am.
Yep.
I eat green eggs and ham.
Talking like Dr. Seuss in the wedding video.
Yep. And then it fades, and then we have our score. And the movie ends because they've all found their conclusion. Cole as
Cole has an understanding of what's been going on, why he's seeing these people, and he knows what
Malcolm
to do now.
is at rest
he knows
because
to listen to them and help them.
Malcolm, that was left, these two things that were left open to him, where he feels like he hasn't been able to tell his wife that she actually was the most important thing in his life, but also that this
he was able
that he couldn't help.
He was able to help
another kid.
That made him feel better about the first one.
And now Anna, who has spent this time mourning and grieving and unable to move, past her husband's tragic death.
Yeah, she now has some closure.
She has closure, right? And ends beautifully like that. It's this beautiful journey for all of them, and it's so well done.
Yeah, and there was no pottery.
And yeah, there was no pottery. No. There's no pottery. There is no massive amount of tongue.
Nope. There's no Tony Goldwyn.
So I did need to say this. So when I was watching this movie, obviously I did not know what to necessarily expect in terms of the twist.
Mm-hmm.
I did guess it before the end. I guessed it very much at the very end. You could say I guessed it after the play when Cole tells him, "I guess I won't see you anymore." It's like, wait, is he dead? I think he might be dead. I didn't say it. Like, oh wait, I think he might be dead.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, by the time I saw this movie, I saw it, like I said, on DVD, and it had been well known what this twist was by then. Yeah. It's all people were talking about when it was in the theater.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis was dead the whole time.
Well, not the whole time.
No, but that's how they would word it.
The first 5 minutes.
Yeah, he like the first 5-7 minutes. He's.
But after that. But yeah, when Cole looks at him, it's like, I guess I won't see you anymore. Go. Oh. It's been resolved. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still does not take away the enjoyability of the movie. And watching again,
and if you watch it again, you can tell
it's not just about the twist.
Yeah, you can sort of tell from the beginning, really, after knowing what the twist is. You can tell pretty early on that Bruce Willis is probably dead.
Yeah.
That Malcolm probably didn't make it past getting shot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's almost no dialogue with him with anybody else in this movie. They do a good job with kind of trying to show it with his wife a little bit, especially the dinner scene.
Yeah.
Right? That's about it. The mom never speaks to him.
Nope.
But you think she would.
They sit across from each other in the living room, but that's really their only interaction, which they don't interact with each other at all. They just sit there and stare at each other, stare in each other's directions.
But you think about it, the scene at the hospital, when the doctor there is it's like, hey, listen, I'm his therapist. I've observed this. No, I have gone through this, and I have my professional expertise. Yeah. The mom has not done this.
Yeah, but no, that's not
right
that's
because not he's a child psychologist. Yeah. He would be a person that you would think could verify that type of thing.
Yeah, but no, there's no conversation between him and the doctor.
But they do a good job of selling it.
They do.
But then it does. But it's a good thing. When you do, it does fit in neatly once you watch it again. But doesn't take away the because the movie does not rely on that twist.
Yeah, it doesn't take away the enjoyability. It
doesn't rely on the fact that he is dead. It does help throw everything together. but
it doesn't hurt the viewing experience of the movie.
It does not at all. But yeah, it's such an enjoyable watch. It's one I've seen many times and will probably watch again. So M. Night Shyamalan, especially the early M. Night Shyamalan knows how to tell a story.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really until right around Lady in the Water that his movies really started going downhill. Yeah, but he's had some more since then. He's had one or two that have been back to old Shyamalan. Back to early Shyamalan quality, right? But
nothing will ever be as bad as The Happening. That's a rare case of something.
But The Happening is it's kind of fun bad though. I mean, it's bad, but it's kind of that borderline. That's more the fun bad.
I guess After Earth is the bad.
Yeah, After Earth was just bad.
Anyway,
Lady in the Water, I was not a fan of either.
Yeah, Lady in the Water could
have been good.
It had potential.
Yeah, it could have been good. It was disappointing. But The Village, I think, is very underrated. The Village got a lot of flack because of the ending. And, people who were complaining about
the twist ending by that point.
Yeah, and I mean, by that...
I think people have had distance from that now to actually view it the way it should be.
Yeah, I mean, when the movie came out, everybody was sick of twist endings, all that. And that's all they focused on was the end of that movie. They didn't like, at least I don't remember hearing anybody complaining about any other parts of the movie. Just the end. I mean, it's got a good story. Yeah. It's got great acting. Joaquin Phoenix, Bryce Dallas Howard, William Hurt.
Mm-hmm. Great cast. M. Night Shyamalan is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Also acts in that movie.
In there. Yeah. I think that is a very underrated movie, and I do think that we should cover it sometime.
I would be surprised if we did. I would love to do Unbreakable one of these days, too.
I would love to do Unbreakable.
That's not the summer movie, so...
No, but you can pretty much... You can count on us at least covering Unbreakable one of these days. Because that's my favorite Shyamalan movie.
We love ourselves some Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Got both. But yeah.
Yeah, so that's The Sixth Sense. Yeah, like I said, this viewing of it, I enjoyed it much more than I have in the past. Last couple of times I saw it.
Because it's M. Night Shyamalan doing good stuff, and Bruce Willis doing good stuff, and Haley Joel Osment doing good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even, this discussion we just had about it, I mean, it makes me appreciate it even more.
Good. I'm glad.
So
and I hope it could allow other people to appreciate this movie even more, because it is very, very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm glad we talked about it. Glad I gave myself another chance to watch it.
Good.
So, yeah, anyway, that is The Sixth Sense. I don't think I have anything else to say about it.
I think I'm good too.
All right, so if you enjoy what you're hearing, go ahead and check us out on our social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram and Threads. There's Rob and Tony's Cinematic Adventure. The and is spelled out, A-N-D. It's not an ampersand like the name of the podcast. We're also on X or Twitter. That is R&T Cinematic. And then you can also check us out on Letterboxd. You can read some reviews that we've done on various movies, some we have done on the podcast, some we haven't done, some we will do, some we won't do. But our Letterboxd is Cine Adventure or Cine Adventure, C-I-N-E Adventure. And you can also send us an email. Let us know what you thought of this movie, of Sixth Sense. What do you think of Shyamalan in general? Are there other underrated Shyamalan movies that you think we should cover? I mean, this one's not, I don't think this one's really underrated, but this is like his biggest movie. But I mean, like we were talking about The Village being an underrated movie, you know? Are there some others that you think we should talk about? Anyway, you can send us an email at robantonycinematicadventure@gmail.com. Once again, the and is spelled out. A-N-D. It's not an ampersand like in the name of the podcast. But yeah, just let us know.
Let us know.
Let us know what you think. We want to hear from you.
We do.
And go to, our social media. Give us a like and a follow. Go to your favorite podcast app, or if you're listening to us, hit that subscribe button. Give us a good rating, a good review. That's how we move up in the standings, in the search, and the recommendations, all that stuff. And that way we can find more people like you that like to listen to us ramble on about these movies that we love so much. And we appreciate all of you that are listening. And we would like to try to find more of you. We want to reach as many ears as possible. But anyway, that brings us to next time. We have a couple more weeks in the summer. We have, 3 more movies for this summer blockbuster series?
Yeah, it's winding down, sadly.
Before we wrap up the summer and move into some fall movies. It has been. Well, next week, we are going to be talking about... We're going back to another sports movie.
Yeah, it's been a while. And when I think of summer and sports, the sport that obviously stands out has to be baseball.
Yep. You mean it's not hockey?
No.
I guess we have done 2 hockey movies so far.
We have. And, if there was going to be a summer movie about hockey, it'd probably be field hockey. And I don't think there's any blockbuster about field hockey.
No, but in Shaun of the Dead, they do use a field hockey stick.
They do use a field hockey stick as a blunt instrument, yes.
But we've already talked about Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
But when I think of summer and I'm thinking about baseball and a baseball movie and I'm thinking baseball, summer blockbuster. Tom Hanks? Tom Hanks in baseball?
Tom Hanks is in a lot of summer blockbusters. He's in a lot of blockbusters in general.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big star. And we have not done a Tom Hanks movie this summer.
So Tom Hanks in baseball. I mean, is there a movie with Tom Hanks and baseball and that might also have Gina Davis?
Yeah, I believe so. And I think it also stars Madonna.
Whoa. How can a movie star Madonna and not also star Rosie O'Donnell?
Well, it'd be almost impossible, save for one movie, which somehow also has Lori Petty and John Lovitz.
Whoa. So you're telling me Tom Hanks and Gina Davis and Madonna and Rosie O'Donnell and Lori Petty and John Lovitz are all in a movie about baseball together?
I am telling you that. And what's even better is that Bill Pullman's also in this movie.
Holy shnikes. That's impossible. How can all of those people be in the same movie as Bill Pullman and there's baseball?
I don't know. The only thing this movie is missing is Randy Quaid flying a jet up an alien spacecraft.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that does not happen in this movie. But
this movie has.
I mean, there might be a director's cut out there somewhere. You can't completely, just write off Randy Quaid like that without being sure.
No, you can't.
But no, what movie are we talking about next time?
We're going to talk about A League of Their Own.
Mm-hmm. A League of Their Own. The movie about the first women's baseball league.
With that great cast we just mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's been a while since I've seen this movie, and I'm looking forward to watching it again.
It's been a while.
It's a good movie.
I watched it plenty when I was younger, but it's been a while.
Mm-hmm, same here.
So I am looking forward to watching it again too, because it's got some very memorable scenes in it.
It does.
So, and it's kind of the bridge of Tom Hanks's career, I kind of think, too, is to talk about Tom Hanks. It's very much a summer movie, and so we get to talk about it.
Yep. So, join us next time for A League of Their Own.